Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. This is Hazel Lucia Tarot. I am your tarot reader Stephanie, and today's reading is about what the universe, what your spirit guides think about this connection. So think about whoever you have a connection with. Doesn't matter whether it's platonic, more situationship or committed. We're going to see what your higher guides, what your spirit guides have to say about this and where you are on a spiritual level with this person. But we have 4 piles here for you today. Pile 1, you have the Golden Healer Palm Stone. Pile 2, you have a lepidolite palm stone. Pile 3, you have a combination of clear quartz sphere, and this is a shungite bowl. And pile 4, you have this gorgeous black moonstone. So take a few moments, think of you and your person. Take some few deep breaths. It's going to be okay, I promise. And I'll be ready for your reading whenever you are. Hello, pile 1. If you chose the Golden Healer and this card, then we have a reading about what the universe, what your spirit guides think about you and your person. So the song I had for you as I was shuffling for the cards was Mariah Carey's Always Be My Baby. No, We Belong Together. It's We Belong Together, and then my playlist went on to the next one. But it was stuck in my head before I started playing it. I was just like, let me hear it, because I haven't heard that song in forever. So We Belong Together. And why that song was coming through, it always takes me back to when that song came out. I forget when. I know it's in like the mid to early 2000s, and I was in high school during that time. So I'm wondering if for some of you this is like a high school sweetheart or somebody that you may have known from high school. But regardless, they may take you back to that time, that era as well, if you weren't in high school during this time. But regardless, let's go ahead and look at the oracles you got. So we're going to do this person A and B style, and one of your connecting cards is going to be the card you chose. We have reflection. Give each other some space at the moment. Trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. And then we have Mercutio. Humorous, loyal, devoted, wild, frenetic. If love be rough with you, be rough with love. Prick love for pricking, and you beat love down. So we got a feisty connection here, feisty couple. Somebody, well, geez, is somebody's name Mercutio? Or somebody might have very strong Mercury placements. Yeah, I don't know if I know anybody named Mercutio. That would be a cool name, though. For those of you who like Shakespeare. This is from the Romeo and Juliet deck, by the way. We also have Wise Men, 42. If it wasn't for the familiar songs that echo through my spine, I would have lost what is lost and never found my purpose. It's funny that it's talking about familiar songs. So something about like a playlist here. I wonder if back in the day, or even now, I don't know if this is what the kids do anymore, but you would share playlists. And at least back in my day, it was like a mixtape or a CD with all the songs like that made you think of that person, or songs that you might just, have in common that you might both like. Something about that. But I feel like people still do that. I used to do that with friends. I would just send them links to songs that I think they would like or that made me think of them. But regardless, let's move on to your person. And I'm going to try and have this placement be your person, person B, and you are person A. But if you feel the need to switch them around, by all means do. But they've got 2 cards. They got Lizard and Earthworm. And you got Bear. Ooh, I like this. I like this because there's a... Whatever earth placements you have or whatever earthy connection you have, you share. But your person has another side of them, which is this lizard, which is very interesting. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle more cards. I wasn't done shuffling the piles because I noticed it was getting dark. And I wanted to at least start this because I could tell it's going to be a good one. So for person A, we have Progressions Journey number 56, and for person B, Solar Flares Activate. Lots of fire energy with person B for sure. And I feel like this may be where a lot of the spiciness in this connection comes from. I feel like this person really allows person A to shine through with their more, with their riskier side. Like they encourage that, especially because person A seems like somebody who likes to play it safe. I'm going to get a card from the Audacity deck for each of you as well. We have the Fiddle Leaf Fig for person A, 32. And for person B, We have perseverance. I call this the booty card because it's the only thing I have to block. But yeah, this person likes your booty. Also, something about all these colors matching somehow, even though they're all different decks. There's like a rainbow in each one. Even this rainbow, it's got a very specific color scheme, but it's still a rainbow. So I feel like person B is very colorful. They could also be very multidimensional. I get the feeling that they really love to see the world in many different colors. And then I'm going to get a card from the Light Worker, or sorry, Work Your Light Oracle for connecting energies. There you go. We have the Age of Light. You've been training for this for lifetimes. This is not your first rodeo together, pile one. That's what Spirit wants to let me know with this particular card, especially because there's a feeling here that you really see each other whenever you look at each other. Like there's something about the eyes here with the Wise Men card. Like maybe one or the both of you could have blue eyes, but regardless, it's a set of eyes that you're used to looking at. So either you could have known this person for a very long time, like from high school, like I said earlier, or I feel like this is just not the first lifetime you've had with this person. And it's because they are meaning to reflect some aspect of you, regardless of who you identify as. I'm looking at the connecting energies first because I feel like when you get together, you tend to be a little wild. I feel like you both love to have a lot of fun. Mercutio is the friend of I want to say it's Romeo, but he's a friend of the family. He's not actually related to any of the houses here. So the both of you could have started off as friends, or there's like a very friendly aspect here. I feel like this could be a platonic connection, if that's what we're talking about. But regardless, there's a feeling here that this person really sees you objectively, and you may see this person objectively too, and for that reason you're able to really reflect certain things to each other. I feel like this person is very honest with you. I feel like there is a sense of wisdom, not just to them but also you. I feel like you're both very elevated when it comes to your spirituality, so you're able to be very honest, very truthful, but also like you know how to hold each other accountable for whatever it is that you are, because both placements are very practical in their own ways. But the only difference is I feel that person B has had a little bit more life experience, and person A is a little bit more, they could be just as experienced as person B, but they've definitely played it safer. So they may not, like, even if they're the same age, I feel like person A has not done as much as person B has. So there's definitely a feeling here that they see parts of themselves within each other, and there's definitely a lot of light within this connection. Like I said, it's not the first time you've met this person. In past lifetimes, I feel like you may not have been together as closely as you are in this one. I feel like you may have learned from each other in the past. So there could have been like a teacher-student relationship or even a parent-child. It was not as close because there is a sense that this connection could easily be very platonic, or it could be very I don't know, it's like you're meant to learn from this person, essentially. You're meant to see aspects within this person that are reminding you of either your past self or a part of yourself that you don't express enough. There is a feeling here that they echo something of your past to you. They echo something of the things you've always wanted to be, or maybe even have been. And it's a good reflection. I don't think it's negative. I don't think it's anything bad. There's definitely a feeling here that, like I said, you like to have fun together, but even when you're not having fun, the serious tones that you both have, it's something very conductive to the growth of the both of you. Because I feel like you're still meant to keep growing with each other. It's almost like you picked off where you left off last time, and you're continuing that story to see where you get within this lifetime together. Let's go ahead and go on to person A with progressions journey. And the bear. So this person is a slow but steady kind of person. I'm getting a lot of earth energy, mostly Taurus, but also Capricorn and Virgo. It's like slow and steady wins the race. This person cares more about they care more about the journey for sure. Because I feel like they understand that if you take the right path anywhere, it could be fruitful regardless of where the destination is. It's like, yeah, this person really does enjoy the path to get there because they know they'll come across obstacles. They know they will learn how to do things better, and it allows them to take their time to really think about the destination itself. Like, is it worth even getting there? Do I need to reroute? Do I need to look at better places to go, because this person has really been through it, especially with this fiddly fig. I'm not sure if you can tell, but it looks like there's a fire behind it. And I will read up on this, but like I said, earth energy. This person has the potential to persevere, and so does person B, because we do have perseverance here, quite literally. But the fiddly fig lets me know that they've kind of always identified as somebody who is meant to grow. They identify with that aspect of themselves that really allows them to be part of the earth. I feel like person B is more, I don't know how to say it, but they've had more lifetimes on earth. They consider themselves a person, a person of earth, essentially. Like their past lifetimes may have all been on earth, like they've always been a human or some kind of earth-like creature. Like they've always been here. Maybe in past lives they've been a plant for I don't know why that's coming through. Maybe they were a tree, or maybe they hope in another lifetime they become a tree or something to that extent, because I feel like they really identify with plants. This could also be a crazy plant person, not gonna lie. No shame here. We love that energy here. But there's definitely a feeling that person A understands the value of good growth. They understand the value of being in good soil, of having a good upbringing. Not saying that they've had a good upbringing, but they value that, at least when they're trying to create something for, let's say, for example, their future children. They understand the value of a good environment as well. If the soil around them isn't, fertilizing what they want to create, they're going to go find better soil. So this person really understands their self-worth. This person is also somebody who's very cautious, because when I think of the bear, I think of a mama bear protecting their young. Maybe person A is a parent, because I am getting very motherly energy from this pile. Sorry, from this person, but they don't have to be, of course. But there's definitely a feeling here that they understand the earth. They really see the beauty within nature, and they understand themselves as part of nature as well. So I feel like they find it a privilege that even though the world can be ugly, humanity itself can get kind of ugly, the earth itself is beautiful, and they're very grateful to be a part of it. There's something slow and steady and very nurturing about this person. Let me go ahead and read for the fiddly fig from the Audacity Deck. I don't know if I've ever had one, but I am not great with plants. So, yeah, I don't really keep plants around too much, which is funny because I'm a Taurus. We're supposed to be great with plants. I guess I proved them wrong. But for my pile 1, person A, the fiddly fig, nothing, and I mean nothing, is as futile as the fiddly fig. Your message, give it up. Regardless of your boho woven planter basket, your fiddly fig will die a slow and painful death, leaf by leaf, until you're left with nothing but a crispy stub and an $89 hole in your pocket. Despite your best intentions, strict watering schedule, fertilizer and dutiful misting, and perfectly positioned grow lights, it's not happening. Let it go. Be free of the fig. Find a lower maintenance or plastic plant to satiate your black thumb. That's funny because I was just talking about how I can't grow anything. But regardless, I feel like this person A, understands what an investment is. So especially if this connection is more romantic, because this doesn't have to be romantic, by the way. This can very much be platonic, because I'm not feeling any one way or another right now. They understand that the environment is important in order for something to grow. So they choose their people and their environments very carefully. This person is very selective, and for good reason. In the past, they were not, and that ended up having a bad effect on their life. It may have slowed them down on their journey. It may have taken them off course, because they really care about getting places. Even though they may just seem like a cute little bear walking and waddling around in the forest, they actually have somewhere to go. So don't be fooled by their cute face. But with person B, they're very interesting, because I feel like with the earthworm, they have an essence of somebody who is very deep, or they like to dig deep. Like this person, it's quite fascinating, because the lizard likes to blend in with their surroundings. They're mostly known for a desert area, but they don't have to be. I think a tropical area also. But they like to blend in a lot, and when they can't blend in, they go deep. So this person, I feel like they're very introverted. very introverted, and yet they have a lot of experience, oddly enough. I feel like they might only come out at night, or they might only come out during certain times of the year. Like they may have a very specific time when they're very extroverted, or they may, like when they do go out, it's only to very specific certain places and with specific and certain people. Like I'm thinking of somebody who probably is more active during the summer, like during the warmer months than the winter, and in the winter they just kind of hibernate and do whatever. Like they need a very particular setting in order to thrive, which I feel that both person A and person B agree on. Like they both need to be in the right setting in order to grow. But while person A cares about growth, person B understands that growth is not linear. It can go back and it can go forward. Because I think of, correct me if I'm wrong, because I can't remember, or maybe it's lizards. But one of these animals, if you cut off a part of their anatomy, it can grow back, right? I think lizards might do this with like their tail or something. Correct me if I'm wrong, people who know more about animals than I do. Same thing with earthworms. If you cut them up, and I think if you put them back in the soil, they'll like regenerate, or like they'll heal and come back together. I don't know, but something about person B understands that growth is not linear, especially because with perseverance, I feel like they've had to grow through a lot. But this perseverance doesn't necessarily mean that they've learned from it. It means that in some cases, they may feel stuck again, or in some cases, they may revert back to old ways. I feel like person B, I'm not trying to shame them or anything, understands that perseverance is more important than progression, or more important than the journey. It's like, I feel like they're more constantly in survival mode, honestly, especially with the desert region being so prevalent here, both in this background, because we have these cacti, and with the lizard, where they are known to be. Like they understand that they're very used to whatever environment they are in. Doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't necessarily have to be a desert either. They could be from, like, for example, the American West, but that doesn't have to be the case. They don't have to be from a desert. They just understand the power of being in a place that really invigorates you. And for them, it's a very specific environment that caters to the kind of person they are. For example, if they're a businessman, they probably enjoy being more in a big city where they can attract more clients and more people. If they are a nature-loving person, they probably love to be out in woods or in national forests where they can better communicate, where they can better feel attached to the earth. Or, it all depends on what they do. What they do has a lot to do with their environment. And I feel like they choose to be that. They could be somebody who chooses their very specific career so they can be in an area that they like, if that makes sense. So yeah, I feel like this person will go out of their way to find a job wherever it is that they want to be, because their environment is so important to them. They identify with where they live, or even where they were born. I feel like, especially if their hometown is important to them, they might decide to stay in their hometown and create something there, as opposed to going anywhere else. With solar flares activate, I feel like this person, again, very fiery to the point that they easily burn themselves or others. They could be somebody who's very vivacious, and they could be somebody who kind of speaks without thinking. And when we do that, sometimes we can rub people the wrong way, because I'm thinking of somebody who likes to be very funny, kind of like Mercutio here with the humorous aspect of him. They may easily offend people. Yeah, because I want to say it was Mercutio who, I forget what it was. It may have been him or Tybalt. I can't remember, but I think the both of them fought. And he said something. He's the one who said, "A curse upon both your houses." At least I'm pretty, yeah, because Tybalt is Juliet's cousin. But regardless, this person, they kind of just don't care. They look out for themselves. But they have a survival energy that is kind of hard to shake off. And that's something that person A saw within person B, because the bear is also a survivor. I mean, they do go away for the winter. Maybe that's something they have in common, is that their environment is something that brings them together, and something that, I feel like they may have met in the same place at very odd times. But there's a feeling here that this person, they kind of are a little bit more self-centered. Because I feel like person B would be the younger person, or at the very least in spirit, they are much younger. But regardless, there's a feeling here that they are meant to learn from each other, because they reflect something within each other. And they have wisdom to impart on each other. Again, doesn't matter how old either of them are. There's a feeling here that there's a... I keep repeating myself. They are meant to be good friends so that they can remind themselves who they are and what they are meant to do. Because where they come together is that they both see through each other. They both understand each other on a very emotional and or spiritual level. Because I feel like they're both very spiritual. They're both very protected by light. That's for sure, with the age of light here, as well as the sun that is coming through. Person B has very different perspectives than person A, where person A, like I said, sees things in a very linear way. Person B sees everything as a spectrum, like they can go forward or back. You can stay in the same place, but maybe on a different level. And I'm not saying that they are more spiritually advanced, though that could be the case, but I feel like they've reached that state of connectedness to the earth a little bit more, or not the earth, but light. I feel like they both see nature as some sort of a spiritual experience, which is very interesting. But there's definitely a sense of light here. And even, yeah, here in the Wise Man card, you see this forest underneath here. They find spirituality within nature. And that could have been where they met. They may have met somewhere outside, either like on a hiking trail or on a vacation to like the beach or somewhere like a national park, or even at some kind of festival, an outdoor music festival. Pick and choose whichever one, because I know there's a lot. But regardless, they were meant to reflect something here, as well as to be good friends to each other, at the very least. But let's move on to the tarot, because I'm quite interested to see. I'm just making sure that the camera was still rolling, or yeah, still recording. So let's go ahead and see what Spirit thinks of this connection. I'm going to keep this person A and B, but I'm going to get more cards for the connecting energies, which is going to be Spirit. So let's get 1 or 2 cards for person A. Okay, there's 2. We have the Sovereign of Swords. Person A is definitely more of a critical thinker, but they also know how to manifest more. I love this. This is the Magician and the Queen of Swords. And then 2 cards for person B. We have the 6 of Coins. So person B knows how to reciprocate anything that person A has to give to them. I feel like person B is actually very grateful for the kind of person person A is, even if they think differently. We also have the King of Swords. Oh yeah, these 2 people are complementary to each other, because anytime I see a king and queen of anything, this lets me know that they are on the same level, they're very compatible, and that they are each other's match. And in this case, it's in the way they think. I feel like their conversation is very stimulating, and the universe brought them together because of this, to have an exchange of ideas. Again, that reflection is coming through very strongly. Let's go ahead and get the cards from Spirit. We have the 7 of Swords, deception, or illusions. Not necessarily deception. Here I'm hearing illusions. We also have the King of Cups. They were meant to emotionally nurture something within each other. Let's clarify. The King of Wands. Lots of king energy here. You could both have very masculine energies, or your masculine energies could really be compatible, regardless of what gender you identify as, or even what energies you typically navigate in. I feel like when you come together, there's a very strong, bold, masculine energy that comes through. And the 5 of Wands. So there's definitely lots of disagreements here. I feel like, oh, never mind. This is witty banter. Okay. But to some people, to the outside, it seems like you both are fighting, or that you're disagreeing. Back of the deck, 4 of Swords. You're going to need a lot of space from this person from time to time, because this energy is intense. With the 7 of Swords, there's a lack of trust with certain things that this person does. And it's not because they're trying to deceive you, my pile 1. This I'm reading as the messages that Spirit has for you about your person, by the way, regardless of what's going on here. But with the 7 of Swords, I can see why you would be a little bit distrustful with this person, because I feel like they themselves don't always see things. Your person loses track of time very easily. Let's just put it that way. Because they're nowhere near as organized as you are, and even though they do have a bit of earth energy, it's nowhere near as grounded as yours. They do lose track of time. They do lose track of reality even, I feel like, depending on what their substance of choice is. Maybe they drink a lot, maybe they smoke a lot, doesn't matter. But I feel like for them, time is a little bit more hazy than it is for you. And this itself could lend itself to them coming off as not truthful, especially if the days that they talk to you about or the times that they talk to you about don't seem to make sense. That's just because they don't really keep track of time. But even then, I wouldn't. Spirit is saying this person does take advantage of the fact that they come off a little flaky to not lie, but they don't mind bending the truth if it's going to suit their needs or if it's going to make life easier for them, if that makes any sense. Like, they wouldn't lie to you straight off the bat unless it was like for a surprise or a gift or something, but they wouldn't lie to you unless it was to handle you better, if that makes any sense. Because with the Magi here, this lets me know whoever person A is, they're a master manifester. So either they really know how to control the situation, or they're way more in control than the other person is. So the other person feels that they have to navigate around that. So regardless of who you identify as, the magician here does play some part in this. Somebody here has an upper hand, and either they abuse this upper hand or they don't have the upper hand, so they try to navigate it, if that makes sense. They try to manipulate it, unfortunately. So I am letting you know that yes, the suspicion is healthy. It's there because they don't outward lie. They don't mean to hurt you, but they do mean to make the situation come out a lot smoother than it probably should be. Or, well, if that makes sense. They would rather lie to get themselves out of something tricky to talk about. Let's just put it that way. But with the Ruler of Cups and the Ruler of Wands, there's a lot of passion here, because Wands is it's energy, it's aggression, and Cups is love. But when you put that together, I feel like if you two are intimate with each other, because I'm not really reading this too romantically, but now that it's coming through, especially with this Five of Wands, there's a lot of witty banter. You guys like to fight for the fun of it. It's like if you like to wrestle for fun, it could lead to other stuff as well. You're very physical with each other. I feel like you like to do sports together, or you like to do activities together, whatever those may be. It could be hiking, because I did mention that, but it could also be like dancing. I feel like you just like to be near each other and you like to do things together because you have an abundance of energy whenever you get together. Like, you have the stamina and they have the actual energy. And when you get together, it's mixing the best of both worlds. If it's not romantic, of course, this could also just mean that you like to really get a lot of stuff done together. This is a friend that you would like to go on vacations with, again, because you get a lot done. But there is a feeling here that I feel like one person has the upper hand, but the other person may think they have it. And the truth is they don't. So there's an imbalance here that's gonna... I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna cause some friction, because I'm picking up on two people that come together to be a lot stronger than they used to be, but you could butt heads. It's like having two queen bees. Like, you can't really have that. Or one is gonna have to learn how to be more submissive than the other, and they're gonna have to be okay with it. Because I feel like this energy can't really sustain itself if you both want to be in charge. Like, one of you has to agree to be a more passive role and the other person has to make a lot more decisions. And this is where I feel like you could both have a friction as well. Because, like I said, you are very similar. You reflect parts of each other to remind yourselves who you are. But sometimes the things you reflect are things you don't want to see. It's like this person really makes you sit back and think, am I like that? Do I do that to other people and I'm not aware of it? So it's that kind of energy. With the Four of Swords, it is letting me know that you need to take time away from this person every now and then. Yeah, Two of Swords. Even communication. Because I feel like this energy itself can be very draining. I'm not sure if it's your person themselves or if it's the connection, because like I said, there's an abundance of energy when you both get together. You both just want to do stuff. And if you were to just sit around in the house all day, I feel like you would drive each other crazy. You would have to get out and about and you would have to do things, because being together like that, one person is always wanting to do stuff and they want to be loud and they want to do things, and the other person probably wants to be quiet. And even though the person who likes to be quiet doesn't mind that, like they know there's a time and place, and the other person just wants to be loud all the time. So your energies are better used when you're out in public, or if you're trying to get a big goal accomplished. Like you both definitely work well together. But when it comes to living together, I don't know if that's going to be the case. Because like I said, we have a lot of masculine energy within this particular reading. And we can't have three kings essentially and one queen. They would all go crazy trying to fight for the queen's hand. But regardless, this person is still very much a match for you. But could you be together forever? One of you would have to learn to be submissive, and it's more likely going to be person A, whoever person A is. But at the same time, person A, even though they're a queen and the more submissive of the two swords monarchy characters here, they're still the magician. Like person A would have to be okay running the show behind the scenes, making sure everything gets accomplished but not getting any credit for it, or at the very least not being respected as much, which is unfortunate, especially when it comes to having a family. And then person B would be the one who would be the one in charge, quote unquote, but they only offer as much as person A has to offer, which I'm not sure if they're even able to do so, because I mean, this is a magician. The only person that I see on par with the magician would be the high priestess, believe it or not, or even the Hierophant. But regardless, there's a feeling here that even though you're each other's match, I don't think you're meant to live together, or I don't think you're meant to always be in each other's company. Because yes, there's compatibility. Well, to some extent. You're both in masculine energies, and I don't think either of you would ever want to be the more submissive one here, unless there was a lot of love. And even though there is, you know, how much love is enough for this? But regardless, remember to take time away from this person when you need to. I feel like this would work the best if you spent some time apart from each other. Like you only saw them during a certain portion of the year, because I'm thinking of the bear again and how they hibernate. Like you would need to have long, extended periods of time away from this person. But on to the closing messages and advice. Like I said, this reading can be taken platonic. At least this particular pile I feel can be taken platonically, because I wasn't feeling too much romance. But I am getting a card from the I Am So Totally Into You deck just to see how else your person sees you, as well as any messages coming from your spirit guides as well as the universe. Soft hair and a velvet tongue, I want to give you what you give to me. And every breath that is in your lungs is a tiny little gift to me. The white stripes, dead leaves in the dirty ground. It's funny because it says, I want to give you what you give to me. That was giving me that Six of Pentacles energy, where this person wants to reciprocate what you give to them. But whether they can or not is up to them, honestly. Because I feel like they may not be on your level. They want to be, but they're not, and they wish they could be. But I feel like it's just not lining up somehow, or they acknowledge it. This is that person who definitely gives you an IOU, and even though you probably say, oh, it's okay, you don't have to worry about it, at some point, how many IOUs do they have to give you before you start worrying about it, you know? I'm also going to get a card from my handmade oracle. This is handmade paper, by the way. That's why it looks like this. I'm being told this one. This is the one you chose. No, this is from a different reading. We're written in the stars. Yeah, you were meant to meet this person for sure. You were meant to grow things with this person. It was very much fated. And this also lets me know that you've had past lifetimes with this person. We also have, I would love nothing more than to say yes to you. They would love to say yes to you. But it's kind of wishful thinking. Like they wish they could be compatible with you. They wish that this could work out. But there's something here that is missing. Let's get one more and then let's get an affirmator. Surrender. Yeah, somebody has to surrender here in order to let the other one be in charge. Because this is a connection where, for some reason, being in charge is a big thing. Because you both have such dominant masculine energies. Somebody needs to surrender, and somebody wishes they could say yes. It's almost like, it gives me a little bit of star-crossed lovers. where like things could work out, but for some reason they just can't. All right, let's get a card from the Affirmators Deluxe Tarot for one last message coming through. Roots. I remember where I came from, for better or worse, and am grateful for the person I've become, either because of or perhaps despite my upbringing. As I move through life, I keep growing and changing, but I can't marvel at the magnitude of my journey without reflecting on where it all began. You make each other think of your past, your current lifetime past. So yeah, I feel like this person reminds you of where you grew up, of where you came from, of how you used to be, and where they could go, and where you could go next. But I don't think they're meant to be a destination that you're supposed to land on. You're just supposed to visit. But whether you can live there or not, it's up to you. Do you like to live where you vacation? I ask myself that a lot whenever I go to Orlando because it's so much fun, but living there, it seems like it would be a nightmare. But regardless, this is where I leave you, my beautiful pile one. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If any of this resonated, please let me know in the comments. And if you feel like doing so, you can like and subscribe. I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 2. If you chose this lepidolite stone, then we have a reading here for you about what the universe, what your spirit guides think about you and your person, about this connection. So I need to go ahead and let you know, pile 2, whatever self-love journey you are currently on, it's quite beautiful. Because I can tell a lot of you have been working on your heart chakra. A lot of you have been healing from past hurt. And maybe in some cases, the hurt that has been coming up in this particular connection, or even just with this particular person, I can already tell that there's there's just something about this person, you know? But the song that is coming through, I forget who sings it. I used to hear it on the radio all the time, but it's I've got issues, or you've got issues, but I've got them too. So give them all to me and I'll give mine to you. I forget who sings that. If you know who it is, let me know in the comments below, or I'll try to look it up and maybe put it down in the notes somewhere. But regardless, I feel like you've been working on your issues, pile 2, and maybe this person reflects it. But regardless, let's go on to the cards that you chose. So this is actually a 2-for-1. I needed to block out the original image because it's a little bit I feel like YouTube would have a problem with it because there's a titty on it. But this is the actual card you got. And this is another reason why I feel like you've been working on the self-healing journey. Because when I see this image in particular, I see you as this lovely woman right here, regardless of your gender. And the light coming through her, the light coming to cleanse her soul. And it's definitely unlike all the chakras, like it's in her third eye right here. It's up here close to the throat. And I think one of them is going through her chest. Let me check. Yeah, it's going right through where the boobie is, for the heart chakra. So I can tell that you've been cleansing, that you've been healing, that there's been some sort of work being done here on your behalf or for you. Okay, so the card itself, a message for you. I'm thinking of you this very moment. Your love fills me with light. I love you. Oh, it's beautiful. I am going to go ahead and take this card as well, though. New beginning. A new adventure awaits. Embrace it and live your dreams passionately. So I feel that because you've been healing so much, there's a new type of energy coming in for both you and your person. It's definitely like you've healed each other. You've leveled up. And honestly, pile 2, I feel like you've done more of the work here. But there's a feeling that you were meant to grow together. So let's go ahead and look at the cards. Let's start with the connecting energies. We have rings, symbol of love, union, soul connection. How well my comfort is revived by this. This is from the Romeo and Juliet love oracle. And then we have darkest hour, number 9. There in the void of thy darkness swells the shadow of the soul, swallowing the wickedness into the blackness of its wholeness. So like I said, you've been going through some sort of transformation, some kind of healing, or a transformation due to this healing, really. I feel like you have already witnessed your darkest hour, and within this connection itself, you're either bettering your connection because of this, or as a result of having done this, this connection is coming through. I'm not sure if some of you even know who this person is yet, because I I don't know. I feel like some of you are seeing either a different side to this person, or you thought you knew them, and then you're going to get to know something about them. I'm going to get one more connecting card. I'm live shuffling it. And these connecting cards are the messages from Spirit, or they're representing what Spirit has to say about this connection so far. I want to get them out before we get to you and your person. Priestess, how are you being called to step up and lead? Yeah, there's something very magical about you, Pile 2. Some of you could literally be energy healers or tarot readers, or you may just do some sort of spiritual practice, meditation practice, where you know how to work with energy. I feel like you've definitely put in the work when it comes to this relationship, and maybe both you and your person really work hard to get yourselves there. I feel like your person definitely, at the very least, understands this, at the very least has seen the renewal that you've brought to them. But let's go ahead and get your cards. This is going to be person A and person B style. You can choose who you want to be, but I am intending you to be person A and your person to be person B. But like I said, go with whichever is more resonating with you. So for person A, we have hyena. Great sense of humor, but also somebody who doesn't always show their entire self. When I see the hyena, I think of somebody who likes to mask a lot of their pain through comedy, through jokes, through maybe even a persona that is a lot more joyful looking than they actually are. And then person B, we have deer and golden egg. Ooh, I like this. I love the deer because there's something very soft and sweet about person B. And with the golden egg, I really feel like this is you, Pile 2. I feel like you would be the golden egg and the deer's animals here, because there's something very gentle about this energy, and I can tell that you really lift a lot of the energetic weight within this particular connection. I feel like you've definitely changed your person, because when you met them, they were definitely a hyena. I feel like they still are. They still like to crack jokes. They still like to redirect their attention to something else other than themselves, because with this half moon here, I forget what phase this is. I want to say it's not full, it's not new. Quarter? And quarter moons, are those the squares? I want to say it's a square. They could have a sun and moon square where they're always at odds with their emotions. Not in the way the opposition is, where it's a little bit more harmonious. When it's a square, it's a little harder for them to really be themselves, or to even make peace with the energy that they are feeling as opposed to how they want to be. I'm going to get an astro card for each of you as well. I'm live shuffling these because I kind of did this last minute, but I kind of like that. I feel like I get more relevant or accurate cards this way. So for my my person A, for our hyena spirit here, we have Mars, motion. Yeah, I'm not surprised, because there is something very driven about this person. Part of the reason they like to mask their feelings or redirect their feelings to some other emotion is because they've got stuff to do. They've got other goals in mind. They don't really want to concern themselves with what's going on internally. They don't want to stop and think about their emotions or their feelings or how that will affect what they are doing. This is very much a doer. And I feel like where this person is probably embodying more masculine energy, person B is embodying the more feminine energy, especially with the deer. Because when I think of a deer, I think of it's giving me Empress energy, but not quite. Like a few steps before becoming an Empress. Like maybe princess energy? I'm not sure. But let me go ahead and get a card for person B. We have the South Node past. Yeah, like I said, person B, if this is you, Pile 2, and I really think it is, you've been undoing the traumas of the past. You've been having to go through all the things that you've gone through before in your own mind's eye, and seeing exactly where it is that you've gone wrong, or where it is that somebody else has gone wrong. Like, there's a lot of self-reflection here. But I feel like that is only part of the reason as to why the both of you have come together, because there's a feeling here that this person could be bringing up a lot of stuff from the past. Let me go ahead and get your Audacity Deck card. Yeah, there's a feeling of, there are moments of disconnect within this connection. Or there are times when you just don't. I feel like you do understand each other. There's definitely there's a union, a soul connection here. But I feel like the things that brought you together could be the same things that repel you, if that makes sense. So let's get a card for my person A. Oh, wow. Person A is a little stubborn. They do not like to reveal all sides of themselves. When I see Mars, I see somebody who they want to be in the public eye, but they don't want to have to reveal a lot of their true self. So person A definitely hides. And I feel like person B is one of the few people who's been able to really see into them. All right, we have the sun. Yeah, they're all about that joy. They're all about that confident exterior that they want to show off. I feel like they're very much like a day person. I'm seeing somebody who likes to just bask in the daylight, but not so much the moonlight, if that makes any sense. Where this person would be the sun, this person would be the moon. And yet, the moon person would be the one who shines a lot brighter. Let's get a card for my person B over here. The High Priestess. Yeah, very intuitive energy. Very intuitive power with my person B. And somehow it works, believe it or not. But let's start with person A, because I feel like they're easier to figure out, honestly. It's funny because I was getting a feeling that even though person A is somebody who likes to hide behind a sense of humor, they like to hide behind whatever persona they have to put on in order to get things done, they're actually very easy to figure out, at least for person B. I feel like within this connection pile too, especially if you resonate with person B, you were able to figure out your person very quickly. Even though this person honestly thought that they had it figured out, that they were able to really hide away behind whatever it is that they wanted to hide behind. It could be work, it could be social media. Maybe their own social media accounts are way different from the kind of person they are. There's something they want to project onto the world, but it's not necessarily who they are. It's something that they have learned to be because they understood at a very young age that whatever they were feeling, whatever was their honest truth and their most authentic self, was not accepted, whether that was by their own family or by their peers. But there's a feeling here that they're really skilled at putting on a very particular way of being. And I'm having a hard time talking here. I feel like person A, they could be really great at presenting or being in the public eye. But when it comes to talking about their true self, when it comes to talking about their family, their upbringing, they struggle. Or they may make up something. I feel like these people were definitely liars, especially when they were very young. Like, I'm thinking high school, when they just wanted to come off as cool or come off as, capable of running with the popular kids or something like that, or with a very particular group. They were okay lying in order to get what they want. But now they're no longer in that energy, because with the sun, there's been some light shed onto them. I'm getting a sense of joy, especially when they met you, pile 2. It's like they never thought somebody would be able to see through them, because look at these two sweet little animals here. I mean, I don't really like hyenas because I think they sound ridiculous, but this person might be self-conscious of how they laugh as well. But regardless, there's a feeling here that your sweet little doe eyes saw right through them. You saw them for all they were, flaws and all, but you also saw their truth. And this person was very taken aback by it. It wouldn't surprise me if they felt threatened by you when they first met you, because some aspect of them wondered if you were out to get them. Some aspect of person A thought that, oh, I'm hearing HR. Did HR send this person to investigate me? I feel like, especially if you're in the workplace, you probably see their fake self more than anything, because a workplace is a beautiful place for fake identities, because you're trying to get from point A to point B, and there's no room for emotions in the workplace. But take that only if it resonates. I feel like this person would thrive in corporate America because they're really good at figuring out what it is that people want and how to play up to that. And it's really a fight or flight kind of energy. Like, they don't even, at some point they learned how to do this automatically, and it's a bit frustrating, especially for somebody as genuine and honest as you, pile 2. Like, this person is just always in fight or flight mode. When they can't fight, they fly away, And I think they themselves are aware of this, but they would rather survive to fight another day than to have to put up with a fight they don't know how to fight, if that makes any sense. Because you were definitely a fight they didn't know how to fight. That's part of the reason they were just so drawn to you. They don't understand how somebody so honest and so quote quote pure, and I put that in quotes because I don't feel like you're completely innocent either, pile 2, could get to the same point that they are, or even further ahead. Because believe it or not, I feel like you may be above them somehow, and they weren't ready for that. I feel like if you are a leader above them, pile 2, you're the kind that has gotten there with a lot of honesty, with a lot of integrity, or as much as you could hold on to. Because there's a feeling here that you ask for honesty within your people, and this person, they had a hard time delivering that, because when it comes to sucking up, they were used to lying, they were used to schmoozing, they're not used to having to be honest. But something about you brought out the honesty within them, and I feel like that's, yeah, I'm hearing that's a real one. That's one of the first things they thought about you, is that's a real one, because they didn't have to lie around you, and that itself was very alarming to them. It's like, well, what do I do? I'm not used to being my honest self. But with the sun here, I am thinking of inner child energy. I feel like you both have something in common. You could be around the same age in an area where everybody else is like a different age, or you could have had a similar upbringing. Like, I'm thinking similar childhoods here. I am going to read from the book to see what it says. This is number 25, by the way, and 22. So we have 22 and 25. The source of all life, the generator, the father, the marker of a new day. The sun comes into our lives to nurture, grow, warm, and signal a new day. But as integral as the sun is to our life as we know it, the sun can also burn. It's time to turn the page, start a new chapter, and not dwell on the past. Tomorrow is another day. Yeah, person A is always living for tomorrow. They're always living for the next day. They're always looking forward to what the future has to hold. But at the same time, I'm thinking about that burn. They're not used to being out in the sun, because when I think of the sun, at least in this particular reading, I'm thinking of honesty. I'm thinking of light being shed on the things that are dark. And I mean, this hyena does look a little bit dark when you think about it. This moon is only half lit up, and that part that is being lit up is the sun reflecting on it. I forget how exactly astronomically that's possible. I want to say it bounces off. No, I think it's directly from the sun. So yeah, things are being shed here by person A because of person B. And they themselves are having a hard time understanding this. Like, they can't hide behind jokes as much anymore, at least not when it comes to person B. But person B, let's move on to you, because you have the sweetest energy. Also the most magical. Like I said, you've done a lot of work to get yourself to where you are. I feel like this purity is really just a purity of the soul, because your soul is not without its flaws. It's not without its dark stories, its dark secrets. It's not without its, you have lived a lifetime of experiences that are both good and bad. But I feel like the bad ones have dragged you down at some point. So you've learned how to really cope with the feelings of the past, learned how to cope with your traumas in certain ways. The High Priestess lets me know that you are very intuitive, very divinely guided, and very connected to Source. That's part of the reason why you're here. And this is why I'm pretty convinced that this is you. Though, if you do see parts of yourself in person A, that's okay as well, because we do have a lot of reflection here. We have 33 and 22. So... and because these are master numbers, you could both be master numbers. So person A could be number 22 and person B could be number 33, or flip that around. But regardless, these are numbers that are mirroring each other. Whatever you see in person A is probably within you as well, and vice versa. Like, if person A hasn't tapped into their intuition, I feel like they definitely haven't tapped into their intuition. Or if they have, it's for survival mode, because the intuition can come through when it comes to knowing exactly what lies to say, if that makes any sense. Sometimes the universe does ask you to lie for your survival. So you could see it as that. But, it's something that if you could avoid it, you could, but there are times when we need to lie in order for our survival. And I feel like that's how intuition comes through to person A. But what they haven't done, and what they really want to see within themselves of you, pile 2, is this ability to look at your past and learn from it. Ability to look at the past traumas and heal all those childhood wounds. Because I really do feel that you both share similar childhood wounds. But you've risen above this. You really have. It's like you understand why person A does the things they have to do, but you yourself would never do them. Like, you yourself wouldn't go out of your way to lie. It's like you make it a point to be as honest as possible when it comes to the areas where you are. This doesn't have to be a workplace, by the way. It could be any other setting where this kind of dynamic makes sense. So it could be, I don't know, a social group. It could be a community, I guess. But I'm using the workplace because it makes more sense there to be fake, you know? But regardless, there's a feeling here that person B, what can I say? You're very magical. You're also very cautious. The deer makes me think that when you saw the hyena, because the deer is a prey and the hyena is a predator, like, you saw exactly somebody who could eat you up and chew you out should you allow them to. But here's the thing, and this is what freaks out the person A, is you might be prey, but they know you can win somehow. They know you're smart enough to outrun them. They know that you're smart enough to somehow fight back, honestly. And it's because of this golden egg energy that you have. You are very divinely protected. If you were to see yourself within this golden shell of an egg, it lets them know that there's a light within you that cannot be snuffed out. There's a light within you that you are divinely guided and divinely protected. If they have any sense, any notion that they can see angels or spirit guides or even auras, they might see that within you. If so, it's very subconscious to the point that they think they're making it up, or it's like a very, very quiet understanding of this. Again, I feel like you both have similar upbringing, so maybe you had similar religious backgrounds or spiritual practices that you both did, and that's where the understanding comes from. For example, if you both, I'm using this example because this is what I understand. If you both grew up Catholic, and if you both grew up with the notion of angels, I feel like they know there are angels around you, because whenever they envision somebody with angels, it would be somebody like you. So take that if it resonates. You could also put in any other religious background here, of course. I'm just going with that because that's what I know. But I definitely feel that this person knows you're not one to be messed with. So they've tried messing with you, that's for sure. And I know you've called them out, pile 2. I know you've called them out on their BS. I know that you have seen right through them. I feel like you've told them very particular things that they themselves kind of, they were freaked out when you told them the things that you know about them without having to for example, like, let's say you caught them in a lie and you know they're lying. You're like, yeah, no, that's not what's going on. I know you're just saying that for this and this, but like, bro, you don't have to be that way with me. I don't know why I said bro either. I really feel like this person is more masculine in their energy. They don't have to be a man, but definitely more masculine energy. But there's a feeling here that, yeah, person B, you're divinely guided, and you know this. You do the work. You know you're going to be protected. So even when it came to getting around somebody like person A, your hyena person, you knew you were going to be okay. You were like, if this was meant for me, then it won't hurt me. Or if it does hurt me, I will bounce back, and I know I can, because this is not my first rodeo with somebody like person A, but it is my first rodeo knowing exactly what kind of person A is, and seeing exactly how this can play out. And let's talk about the things that brought you together. So for person A, quite obviously, it's your light. It's your light. Something about your body as well. They're definitely very attracted to your face and body and your aura. Whether they're aware that they can see auras or not, or energy, read energy, doesn't matter, but they were attracted to that. And what brought you to person A, again, it's that soul calling of knowing somebody is suffering through the same things that you have once suffered through, pile 2. But also, let's be quite honest, they probably also have a really great body. So there's definitely physical attraction here that is bringing the both of you at play. But something about their arms. It's not just the strength in their arms, and it's not just that grip that they have on the things that they want to go after. You like their drive. You like their ambition. I feel like you at one point had the same ambition, but you decided to fall off that train because you had better things to worry about. So you really like their ambition. And even just the way they move. But again, there's that small inner child calling to one another that I feel really allows you both to feel very comfortable with one another. Like I said, you could have very similar upbringings or like come from a similar culture. If not, then a very similar family dynamic where you understand where one another is coming from. And with rings here, This was definitely a connection that was meant to be, and I feel like that itself frustrates you, Pile, too. Like, I'm not gonna lie. If you are as intuitive as I feel that you are, and you know that every person you meet is meant to teach you something, you wonder why. For the love of you, this person had to be somebody who is going to be as impactful as they are to you. Because I do feel like a soul contract is here. You were both meant to meet one another to either further develop yourselves or to at least create some sort of love union, no matter how small or how big this is supposed to be. But this priestess energy of you, I feel like they could be part of your spiritual development as well, either with having to heal them or having to guide them through something. Because unfortunately, it does feel like this is it. Because like I said earlier, you lift a lot more of the energetic weight within this connection. I am going to read from the book from the Golden Egg before I go back to the middle messages here. So from the book, we have Golden Egg, message at the center of the heart, the unstruck sound. Within the golden egg lives a precious sound. Deep within that sound resides a message. The sound cannot be heard, nor the message discerned until we retreat from the noise of modern day life. The magical essence of the golden egg needs warmth, quiet, and time to unfold. No rushing, pushing, or grasping. Find a place of deep and restful ease, perhaps through yoga nidra or meditation. If you do not yet have a meditation practice, take some time for introspection or contemplation. When the mind begins to settle and the breath is calm, ask the question that weighs heaviest on your heart, staying open to any response you hear. Engaging with the energy of the golden egg is an advanced practice. It requires becoming intimate with our very essence and comfortable with vulnerability. When a feeling of tenderness or gratitude arises from deep within you, know that you are well on your way. Your chest may swell like you are seeing an old friend that's been away for a long, long time. Listen to the message they've been waiting to tell you. This is so sweet. Look at the little baby in the egg. I feel like this is you, Pile, too. You're the sweet little baby. And it does resonate with the fourth chakra, which I always have to count these. The heart? Yeah. Like I said, some of you are definitely, you've been working on that heart chakra. And I'm very proud of you, Pile, too. Because of this person has arisen. And I'm not sure what the nature of this relationship is. By the way, I'm trying to figure it out. When I saw rings, I'm like, could you be married to this person? So if you are married or have been married, maybe this isn't, I'm hearing the first spouse, if that resonates. That's not going to be for everybody, clearly. But, or like the first big commitment you've ever had. So I feel like this person, whomever they are, whatever the connection is, they're a very integral part of your life. There's someone very important. They're thinking of you and they love you for sure. I feel like the love is there regardless of whether you're together or not, because they understand that you've changed them. And with new beginning, this could be somebody from your past trying to come back in, but I'm also seeing this as a new beginning within this relationship itself. Because if you've never had a relationship with this person, but you're trying now, because I feel like you would have stayed away from them when you first met them because you saw this facade and you didn't really like it. But then there was something about them that kept coming back and you were like, okay, let's give it a shot. It could be like a friends to lovers kind of situation, or co-workers to lovers. Like maybe you're now in a space where you can date because you're no longer co-workers, because I was bringing up the workspace a lot. But regardless, there's a feeling here that this person, I feel like there's a reason I put the darkest hour on this side. They might be going through their darkest hour, or they may be wanting to come out of it. And you're here in your priestess energy, always in your priestess energy, always divinely tapped in, tuned in, turned on. For those of you who listen to Abraham Hicks recordings, yeah, you're always connected to divine source. So there's definitely a lot of growth to be had within this connection. There's definitely a lot of love as well. I feel like you help them grow because you love them. Plain and simple. Sometimes that just happens. Sometimes you meet people and it doesn't matter what their flaws are. You may see their flaws, spilled out on the floor right before you. Like you see everything that's wrong with them and you can't help but love them. And I feel like the flaws they had, again, pile two, you understand them. And maybe you at one point in life also had those flaws. That's why you can't really hate them. It's like to hate you would be to hate a part of myself. I can't do that. And it stirs the emotions a lot. Maybe you've told this person that and they themselves have changed their ways. If there's anybody that they're completely honest with, or that they could see themselves being completely honest with, it's you, pile two. But Yeah, I feel like Spirit is here to tell you that not all shady people have to be shady romantic experiences. Take that only if it resonates. I can see that if this is something you don't want to hear or somebody you don't really want to hear about, you can choose other piles after all. This is just what Spirit wants to let you know about this particular person or a person similar to this energy that is wanting to come through. Because I'm sensing nothing but good love here and a lot of defensiveness from person A. But let's move on to the tarot portion. It's hard disconnecting from this energy. I will give you that. So I don't know if this is like on and off again energy, like just the things that you have gone through, and this is somebody that would be hard to quit, that's for sure. Not because they keep coming back, but because I think you keep going back to them as well. Like, I'm seeing magnets, or like the tides, the ocean tides and the moon. Like, it could be cyclical. Like, every time of a particular month or of the year, you get together and it's like, here we go again. Yeah, I'm hearing Mamma Mia. Here I go again. But regardless, I feel like they do get better every time you see them, though. I feel like it gets better. But regardless, let's go on to the tarot portion. So I'm doing still person A and person B. This is still going to be your person. This is still going to be you. And then we're going to do some connecting energies for more messages from your spirit guides as well as the universe coming through. So for person A, let's get 2 cards. We have the 8 of Cups with walking away emotionally. Yeah, they're walking away from a bad habit they used to have that they realize is just not fulfilling them anymore. It could be this aspect of them that tries to be very fake with other people. It could be lying. It could also just be, it's not you, pile 2, but it could feel like it, especially if they're not talking about it. So it's not you, at least not directly, but if they do seem distant, it's because they just need this space. What's another card for my person A in pile 2? Okay, they get 2 more cards. 3 of Coins, collaboration. This is that work aspect I was talking about. And the Hanged One. They're changing their mind about how they go about dealing with things, because I feel like at one point it was very comfortable for them to just lie because they've been doing it their whole life. It's a survival tactic that they've always had, or to be fake, or to not be honest. You know, it's a very particular, the fact that this very particular habit is coming through this strongly lets me know that that's very much what's going on here. But I'm also feeling that they're kind of done with it. Like, they've tried lying and it still doesn't get them anywhere. So I feel like a bluntness is due to come through at some point. All right, let's get cards for person B. We have the World. Yeah, I'm not surprised. There's a sense of wholesomeness and completion with you, pile 2. You are in a world unto yourself. You don't need anybody, but you do like the fact that this person is around. Let's see what else is coming through. I say is around, like, you could take it or leave it, but you understand. Strength. Yeah, you've overcome your demons. And honestly, I mean, just look at all this good energy. We have strength in the world. I really love your vibes, pile 2. Bless you for putting up with this person, but I really do feel that because of your impact, you're somehow turning them around. You're turning them around, and the person you're going to see after this transformation, I feel like it will take some time, but they are transforming. You're going to see them transform, and whether they'll give you credit or not, I'm not sure, but like, you've definitely impacted them for the better. All right, let's get cards from, we have the Hierophant. Yeah, these are karmic lessons. These are the lessons passed down from intuitive to intuitive, or from person to person. Usually it's family to family, but here I'm seeing from one intuitive person to another. And karmic lessons as well, mostly on their part. Let's get another card. I'm getting 4 for the middle part. We have the Ruler of Wands, the King of Wands. Both of you standing in this wonderful, confident energy, as well as charismatic, because it's possible for them to get anything out of somebody without having to be dishonest. They can still be very charming and get what they want. I'm thinking of the Magician. We also have 2 of Cups. This is both of you. And the 3 of Swords. I'm not gonna lie, there's already been heartbreak within this connection, I can tell. whenever they've tried doing their small things to you. Back of the deck energy, Sovereign of Wands. Yeah, we do have compatibility here, because whenever I see the King and Queen of one particular suit come together, that lets me know that you are both, this would work out somehow. But the thing is, because there's already been heartbreak, I'm not sure if you would want to. Or if you would, it would have to be, you would have to see a lot more change from this person. They would have to mature quite quickly, or they would have to level up a lot more. But there is a connection here. So again, I'm not sure what the extent of this connection is for some of you, because I was bringing up a lot of the physical attraction in the beginning. It could be a situationship. It could be a friends with benefits. It could be something more in the 3D than the 5D. And right now I'm really just vibing with the 5D versions of yourselves. That's the energy that Spirit wants me to tap into in this particular reading. But I'm going to be very honest, there's been heartbreak within this connection. And I think you know why, Pile 2. This person has probably lied to you about certain things. And you may have caught them in the act, or you may have asked them to be honest. I feel like they really do cave in when you ask them to be honest with you. Like, they have a hard time looking at your eyes and trying to deceive you. They really do. And they try. Like, they try really hard. They almost found you as a challenge at first. Like, oh, they're not going to get away with me being honest with them. Who does Pile 2 think they are? Little do they know, you're the whole package. You're quite a big deal. Even if it's just on a very energetic level, like, you're very divinely guided. You have angels around you. You have your spirit guides around you. You have your ancestors around you. And it's like, you got this whole spiritual team backing you up. And this person doesn't even know. This person doesn't know what they're up against. So I definitely feel that Spirit brought you two together so that you could both learn from each other. You to really narrow down that ability to see through people. Because let's face it, it was easy at first, but then they somehow started lying and it got better. Like, their lying got more, what's the word I'm trying to say? They thought they could get better, but then you started seeing through them. And they learned that, you know, sometimes it's just time to give up old ways, time to give up certain habits that, sure, they're survival tactics during certain times in their life. Like I said, sometimes you need a lie in order to survive, but it shouldn't be the default mode. It shouldn't be how they're always going about life. For some of you, this could be like a baby mama, baby daddy situation where this person, you have to have them in your life. So there is some sort of love there, because at the very least, they're the parent of your child. But you kind of wish they would just level up, even if it's just for the sake of your child. Again, take that only if it resonates, because that's another connection I could see this being. Sorry if you notice a cut, Pile 2. I had storage issues. But like I said, this is somebody that I could see being like a baby daddy, baby mama kind of situation, because you have to keep them in your life. But regardless, there's a feeling here that there's something keeping you connected. And if it's not a baby parent situation here, then something about this connection is meant to level you up, because like I said, we have the Ruler of Wands and the Sovereign of Wands, the King and Queen of Wands here. You both look very good in the public eye. I feel like if you've both ever had to do some sort of presentation together, especially within the workplace, or if you've ever had to, you draw a lot of attention to yourselves. Maybe person A really likes this about you. I could see them trying to get to be with you to make themselves look better, unfortunately. But here's the thing. Even if they tried, you would still expect a lot out of them. Like, if it takes the eyes of the world to have them to change, I feel like you would use that against them, because you know that's a motivator for them. If that makes any sense. It's kind of interesting. Like, you don't mind being in the public eye with this person, but this person really better treat you like somebody you would want to treat you in the public eye, if that makes sense. And if they've tried that, I'm not sure, but like I said, you are such a big impact on why they want to change their ways, on why they're trying to give up a certain habit. Quite honestly, this habit they have of being fake is very draining. And I feel like they're finally realizing that, like they're finally understanding, because they've been around somebody as honest and as real as you, Pile 2. They understand that it could be so much easier, because they see how easy you sleep at night. They see how you're carefree, how in some cases, even if you're both the same age, you may look way younger than they do, because you just don't stress as much as they do. And they kind of want that. They want this world energy. They want this strength that you have, because even though they may have physical strength, they sure don't have that internal emotional strength that you do. And this is just part of what you're meant to teach each other. Them, though, I feel like they're teaching you, well, besides having to see through people, they're teaching you how to really go for what you want. I feel like you may have had ambition in the past, pile 2, but it, like I said, it fell off to the side, or you just let go of it because that energy was just too much for you. But they see, like, what I'm hearing is that if they had your ability, they would, I don't want to say exploit it, but they would use that for even more than what you're currently using it for. And maybe they'll help you with this. They'll be like, well, if you can see through people so well, why don't you go directly to here and do this, this, and that? I feel like you don't think you have the charm that they do, but what you do have, like I said, is this divine protection around you. Yeah, they're going to empower you to be a more confident, strong person, like this King of Wands energy. They're going to bring that about you, because right now you're operating in Queen of Wands energy, more in your feminine energy, regardless of gender here, of course. You're operating on a more passive energy as opposed to really going for what you want, and they're going to bring that out in you, or you're going to learn through their example how to be a lot more aggressive when it comes to going after your ambitions, should you even have any ambitions. I feel like, again, you may have had ambitions in the past, but you don't really have them anymore because you just didn't like the energy that it took to get there. But they're going to show you what they've already accomplished and how you can get that. So there's a feeling here that they're teaching you more on a 3D level how to go for the things you want, or how to create the things you want, and you on a 5D level are just changing them. It's going to be hard for them to accept it, well, depending on their background. I feel like it's going to vary for everybody. If they already have a religious background that was in place beforehand, yes, definitely, for sure. If not, or if their religious background is just something that isn't of concern to them, then it may take a little bit longer, but it will vary, because I'm seeing some of them could have like a religious fear of some sort, and then some of them, even if they grew up a certain way, they just don't pay attention to that religious background. It all depends. But regardless, you two were meant to grow together, to learn things together. And this heartbreak was another learning curve for the both of you. Because I feel like regardless, it could work out, but it's all up to you whether you want to let this heartbreak break the both of you, or if you want to work through it. And it's up to you, pile 2. I'm not here to tell you what it is. I'm just letting you know what the energy has in store for you, what your guides are telling you. Because I really hope you guys can hear this, because I can tell some of you are going to roll your eyes, because even I'm rolling my eyes. My 3D self is like, really? Divine light, divine spirit, your spirit guides are very forgiving, especially of somebody like this. Very forgiving, especially because they see what a proper influence you are on them. And it's weird, the images I'm being shown. It's like I'm being shown a fish net and they're caught in this net. And to forgive them would be to help them get out of this net, or at least raise the net up above the water, you know? It's very interesting, but your guides and divine light is very forgiving. And though they're not asking you to be as forgiving, because you do have some self-respect here, forgiveness can go a long way. But yeah, that's what I have for you. And it's very realistic as well. Like, they're not sugarcoating anything. They're not flat out telling you this person is awful, but they're also not telling you this person is perfect. They see all their flaws, but they also see the potential for them to change and the change you can bring about them. But again, it's up to you whether you want to carry the weight of this energy. It's an option. It's not a yes or a no. It's an option. And that's a very spirit-like kind of answer, quite honestly. But let's move on to your closing advice. I'm going to get a I am so totally into you card for some quotes regarding this person and how they see you. This is their higher self coming through for you, or your impact on them, since that's the case in this particular reading. I'll be the wind, the rain, and the sunset, the light on your door to show that you're home. When you think the night has seen your mind, that you think you're twisted and unkind, let me stand to show that you are blind. Please reach out your hands, because I see you. The Velvet Underground, I'll be your mirror. I love this song. Not all of it is quoted, and I wish it was, because I could quote that entire song. It's so beautiful. But yeah, you're their mirror. You see them through the darkness. You see them when they're twisted and unkind. And it's like, yeah, because you've made yourself that way. But like, wouldn't it be great to be something else? It's lovely. And back of the deck energy, I just happened to glimpse at it. I want to be your south wind, bringing good and fruitful things only. These are the things they wish they could show to you. They wish they could be this person. Whether they're there or not will depend on, again, your connection and what's going on here. Because I see varying degrees of this. But if they could be something that they feel is worthy of you, I feel like they would. Let's go on to the Affirmators deck. I'm going to get one card from here. And then some messages from my handmade oracle to close out this reading. Okay, we got 2 cards. Warmth. I focus on warmth and let it guide all my interactions. No matter how others behave, I choose to respond warmly with warmth. I can melt an icy exterior. I can soften any hard feelings. I can microwave any pizza. Today I adopt the saying, kill him with kindness, and turn myself into a warm and loving serial killer. I feel like this is you, pile 2. Like, you're going to keep being nice to this person. Yeah, kill him with kindness is definitely a great metaphor here. Like, you're going to keep being warm. You're going to keep loving them, even if from afar, because it's like, whatever. You would want, it's like if this person really wanted to turn this ugly, they would want you to hate them. But it's like, why give them that? Like, there's enough hate in the world. And maybe they do have enough haters, and you're not going to be one more of those. Next card. Everyone's a teacher. Everyone I cross paths with is a teacher in that moment. The ones who give me the fun lessons are the ones I call friends. The ones who give me the hard lessons I sometimes call a-holes. They've chosen a tough job, but someone's got to do it. So today I'm thanking all the a-holes. Thank you, a-holes, for playing your part in making me a better person. So yeah, I'm not sure if you consider them a friend or an a-hole here, but like, you've definitely learned from them. You've learned from them, and at the very least, we can be grateful for that. And I'm going to get 1 card from my handmade oracle. I can't remember if I did this for the first pile, so if you're coming from that pile and you saw that I didn't do one for you, I'm sorry. I've been channeling very intensely, and I can't always keep track of what I'm doing when I'm doing that, so let's see, I'm getting this one. There is an abundance of love here. Yeah, there's nothing but love. Keep your friends close, but your enemies closer is also coming to mind. I'm not sure if this is like a love-hate relationship or a relationship where you can't really help what's going on, so you have no choice but to choose to be in loving energy, and that's okay. At the very least, Spirit is saying that this is an okay energy to have. Like, don't go full out all hate. I feel like some of you couldn't even if you tried. Like I said, you see the flaws within them, and to hate those flaws would be the flaws that you had at one point yourself. So there's a very compassionate, empathetic love here. I'm also going to get a number from the Angel Numbers book. Again, if I didn't do this for the first pile, I'm sorry. Let's see. 343, wiggle room. Find the room for improvement. Feel around today in your soul and ask yourself where you have a little bit of defocused energy. The wiggle room of your thoughts, actions, and words is under a microscope today. Contemplate in solitude today, asking yourself, where is there room for improvement? Yeah. I'm also going to look at this one, 341, companionship. Love helps you. Your angels want to give you a supporting partner. If you are single, start noticing the new people entering your life. If you are in a relationship, notice where it's been strengthened lately. Lie in meditation with your hands over your heart chakra and repeat this mantra, I am loved. I feel like those both go hand in hand here. But this is where I leave you, my beautiful pile 2. Thank you so much for letting me read for you and your person. Sending you both much love. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 3. If you chose this combination of shungite bowl and clear quartz sphere with some kind of inclusion, I forget what this is, but regardless, we're going to tap into your energy of you and your person and see what your higher selves, your spirit guides, and the universe has to say about this particular connection. So let's go ahead and go with the card you chose. We're going to look at connecting energies, and these are going to be the messages from spirit as well as your individual energies. Person A and person B style. You can choose whoever you are. I'm not even going to intend who to be who anymore, because in the past piles I tried that and it didn't work. But we have embrace. Through each other you find the missing pieces. There's definitely a lot of complementary energy here already, where you both fill in gaps of each other that makes sense here. And not just in the 18+ way of reading that. But let's go ahead with the connecting energies. So for my pile 3, we have kiss, the sublimation of love, eternal loyalty, noble sacrifice, oh churl drunk all, and left no friendly drop. To help me after, I will kiss thy lips. This is so sweet. Oh churl drunk all, and left no friendly drop. To help me after, I will kiss thy lips. So something about a drunken kiss here, maybe? But embrace and kiss are essentially the same thing. I want to say in French, embrace means kiss, but correct me if I'm wrong. Or is it? Either way, I see them as the both of you coming together here. Let's see. Okay, more messages. We have dove medicine. Number 10, thy wings are thick and strong. I see, for they have battled the most unforgiving winds. Be proud, be free, my child. Go on, soar like never be. So you bring a sense of peace to each other, and I can tell that there's just a lot that's gone on within this connection. I feel like you both are probably already together, or you will soon be so. Like I find it hard to believe that you guys are not already in some sort of union. Even if it's a situationship, it's probably a little bit more committed than you want to admit. We also have the Age of Light. You've been training for this for lifetimes. This came out in another pile. I want to say it was pile 1. So if you were drawn to that, you can go to that. But regardless, I forgot what was in pile 1. I did that a few days ago. But let's go ahead and move on to person A and person B. So for person A, we have transits, climate, number 55. We also have bat. And for person B, we have crocodile. Very different energies. Like I said, you fill in each other's gaps. I feel like whatever energies you lack, the other person makes up for in some sort of way. I'm trying to figure this out. There we go. Well, no, then you're covering her face or her crown. It took some time to get to adjust to this relationship, that's for sure. Like, it's like you had all the puzzle pieces. And you know when you're doing a puzzle, sometimes it looks like it's going to fit, but it doesn't. But you know it will end up working out. Okay. We also have Mars motion. So we got a lot of masculine energy from person B, but also Vestra, hearth, number 32. Quite interesting indeed. So even though person B has a lot of masculine energy, they're also able to provide. Because when I think of Vestra, I think of the home, I think of the hearth, I think of being able to create something. It could be warmth itself, of course, but I'm also thinking of a home, like something that they create to keep going. Like person B really allows this relationship to flourish. As to where person A, when they met at the very least, was going through something. Because I'm thinking of how this person is in a fetal position, but I'm also thinking of transits. And transits are not like progressions. Progressions are something that move forward very slowly, and that's where you are. Transit is something that comes around every so often. So like, for example, the moon transits in every sign pretty much every month. Like that would be a transit. One that we don't really think about because it's so common. But think of also like a Venus transit. It happens every few weeks. It's that kind of energy. So person A was in a very particular transit of their life, let's put it that way, whenever they met. And person B was able to provide somehow. Let me go ahead and get the rest of the cards. We have the Audacity Deck for our final indicator of our people here. So for person A, we have the fiddle leaf fig. If you were called to pile 1, you could go to that one. I'm not going to say whether it's the same or not, because like I said, I don't remember what went on in pile 1. I've been channeling so intensely lately, and when you channel, you kind of blank out a little bit. Like I have to go back and rewatch my own videos to see what it is that I said, because I'm allowing spirit to come through me. I'm like removing my brain and just allowing spirit to use me as a vessel for messages for you, pile 3. All right, so for person B, the sun. Oh yeah, I'll be honest, person B was very smitten with person A, regardless of what person A was going through, because I could tell person A has been through it. Because when I see this bat, I think of the Dark Night of the Soul, back of the deck energy, and I typically don't do this for this deck, but High Priestess, very intuitively guided, very, what's the name of that? The coffee, yeah, stimulation. But regardless, Spirit wants to let you know, Spirit wants to let you know, this was very much meant to be. Like, I don't know any other way of putting it. There is a very healing aspect to this, but one where, believe it or not, you both benefit from it. It may seem that one person is actually a little bit more healed than the other, but I feel like that person only has their stuff figured out in the 3D. They may be a little bit more financially abundant. They may be further along in their career. They may be a little bit, quote, quote, healthier physically. And I feel like that's person B. But regardless, it's actually person A, because they're going through a dark night of the soul. When they met person B, and there's a big emphasis on the meeting here. So I'm not sure if some of you have met this person yet. When person A and person B met, person A was kind of going through something. Whatever transit this was, I can tell it was something that was a little bit more troubling. Because when I think of a bat, I think of somebody who has to go through the night. So you were very much in your moon energy, the subconscious energy. And I really do feel this is actually you, pile 3. No shade or anything, but I feel like when you met this person, you were not looking for them because you were going through something. You were still recovering from either a move, having lost something or someone, maybe a breakup, maybe just something here. Like you were going through it, because the fiddly fig here when I read it in the Audacity deck, which wasn't too long ago, I remember the meaning being, it's time to let something go because this fiddly fig will not survive. Because if you can see the back of this, it's like fire. So it's like you had to abandon ship, something was crashing and burning and you had to let go of it. And you were in a mood where you just thought you could not recover. You were mourning something. It could be a person, it could be a place, like maybe you left a certain area. Like I'm seeing movement, I'm seeing you being homesick or missing a home, something like that. But there's a feeling here that person A was definitely very much in an energy of not wanting to see people, not wanting to hang out. I'm thinking of vampire bats and how they kind of just do their own thing. They're not sunshine animals that are out and about. They're not, you know, they're not like rabbits essentially. They hang out in dark places. They hang out in the cold. They're blind, but they can hear really well. So they're not wanting to see anything. They just have to hear the things they need to hear. But I kind of feel that because of this energy, because you had let go of the idea of love, that you somehow called in the right person, if that makes any sense. Like it's very odd. Even if you typically are a very like relationship oriented or a very love filled person, pile 3, you were not looking for this person. And I guess thank goodness, because it seems that you called in somebody who was exactly meant for you. Because with the crocodile person, when I think of crocodile, I think of a combination of earth and water. So they could be earth and water within their chart, of course, earth sign and water sign energy. But it's also somebody who's able to, they understand what it's like to be in murky energies, in murky depths, in murky water. There's somebody you don't see coming, because when you see alligators or crocodiles in swamps, same thing to me, they kind of blend in. Like they'll look like a log. You're not really seeing this one coming when they approach you. But with Mars in motion, this person made it a point to introduce themselves to you. They made it a point to show interest. Like Mars energy is very in your face, whether you like it or not. This person, I guess because they saw that you were distracted or had something else going on, they had a very, I'm hearing authoritative, but also very direct way of approaching you. They probably introduced themselves. They probably shook your hand if that's something you do, or bowed, depending on what the customs of where you live are. They made it a point that they saw you, because they definitely saw you, but you were not seeing them. And again, with Hearth here, they wanted to make sure that they were able to help you out in any way, shape, or form. I'm not sure what their career is, because I'm not seeing a particular place where you would have met them, but I feel like you knew, or they knew when they saw you, that you were going through something. Sorry if you notice a cut and like a change in lighting. I just needed more light because the sun's all over the place right now. But yeah, I feel like they definitely wanted to be able to help you out somehow. I am going to read from the book for Vestra, because Vestra is one of those asteroids I have a problem with, because even though I have read up plenty on the Vestral virgins, the hearth itself is something that can be tricky to navigate. Vesta calls you to be a hearth fire, to share yourself for the benefit of all, but still have enough energy left to live healthfully, and give again another day. The second largest and brightest asteroid between Jupiter and Mars, which makes sense, because I mean Mars is right there, was named after Vestra, oldest goddess of hearth, home, the family, and the center of a strong community. The fire in her temple was never allowed to go out, and the fire in the hearth of every home was sacred to her. She did not get involved in politics or the misadventures of the other gods. I like this. So this is definitely somebody who's able to help. They care about their community. They care about everybody else. Because the hearth, at least in, ancient Greek times? Or Roman, I don't remember which one. The hearth was not allowed to go out. So this would be somebody who's very vigilant, somebody who really looks out for other people, somebody who's very much a family person as well. So I feel like it was very easy for them to take you in as family, or to see you as somebody, as an extension of like their friend group. Like I feel like they befriended you very quickly, or they wanted to befriend you very quickly. I think it's up to you, or up to whatever you were going through, to decide on this, but they showed compassion rather quickly. And with the sun, I feel like you were able to really let your guard down around them, because there was something very childlike about this. When I see this particular card, I think of childlike wonder, like the inner child working. So they bring out something very fun within you, like you have fun with this person. Letting this motorcycle pass by. But yeah, it's like they probably got you to laugh in a moment where, or during a time where you found it very hard to laugh, or you just weren't in the mood to laugh, because, like I said, you were going through something, pile three. And this person was just able to be everything that you needed at the time. They really are a blessing in disguise, because I feel like you don't really notice them at first, or you didn't think they would be what they ended up being. There's something here about, and it's not that they were trying to hide themselves either. It's that they were assessing the situation. Like, this person is very, they know how to handle things essentially, and they know when it's time to observe and when it's time to act. Likewise, pile three, I feel like you at the time, like I said, you were just not in the mood for this. So when they showed up, I feel like you kind of didn't know what to do with this, because I'm thinking of a bat being startled. But let me go ahead and read from the book for the bat, because I want to make sure I'm doing a bat justice. I do love bats. I do associate them with typically Scorpio. So if you are a Scorpio, just take this as it resonates. But I'm also thinking of like a dark night of the soul. So from the book, we have darkness letting go, death leading to rebirth. Before emerging, the bat waits for the sun to set and the moon to rise. In the darkness, it can see all that was invisible in the daylight hours. The bat is a master of the subtle senses, of the underlying forces that cause some things to prosper and others to fade. The bat card shows up to signify the ending of a chapter, the closing of a door. The bat comes swiftly, encouraging us to move on. In just a few hours, a new day dawns. No more lingering in the past. Yeah, they're here to bring in a new day, quite literally with the sun. If you were in the dark, here they come with the sun to shed some light, which is very interesting, because it was a similar feeling in another pile, pile two, but it was very different energy here. Because here we're seeing a little bit of somebody needing help, and the other person just wanting to show up to help. With the High Priestess and Dove Medicine and the Age of Light, though, all these cards are coming together to let me know that this was very much meant to be. This was very much divinely guided. It's like person A, pile three, if you do resonate with person A, I feel like most of you will, you're very divinely guided. I say this is a dark night of the soul because despite all the stuff that was going on, you still never lost faith. You just were in your hermit mode. You were in that moment where you knew you needed to meditate, where you knew you needed to withdraw from the world in order to get yourself into a better space, whether that was energetically, health-wise. I feel like this High Priestess energy embodies you both. More so you, believe it or not, even though you were going through this, because it's realigning with the love of the universe so that that love can come through in the form of other people. And this is what this person became. Because believe it or not, person B, whether they're spiritual or not, doesn't matter. Some of them might be, some of them might not. They definitely believe in the power of love, and that is the love of humanity, the love for like a fellow human being. And that was just part of how they were able to reach out to you, because they have no problem helping anybody out. So to reach out to you, yes, it was romantic interest. They probably did find you very lovely, very handsome, very attractive. But it's like they were wondering why you were in this energy, because it seems like they could see through the fact that you're typically not this way. You're typically not a kind of person that is always down in the dumps or going through whatever this dark night of the soul was. Or even if you had a facade on where you were acting that things were better than they were, they could see through it. They could see through it because, again, they're just very observant. They're able to tell when people are lying and when they're not. Again, I don't know what their job is. They could have something to that extent. They could be somebody who really just knows how to read body language, because I'm getting something very physical. Or maybe they're good in interrogations or something like that. Maybe they're a lawyer. Maybe they're a cop. I don't know. But something about what it is that they do, or even just the kind of person they are, that lets me know that they could see through a lot of you. But I don't think you were trying to hide a lot of this, pile three. I feel like you're an honest enough person that if people were to ask you what's going on, you would try to keep it as, well, depending on how private you like to be, you would be honest, but at the same time, you wouldn't overshare. So it's not like you're going around spilling the tea to everybody. You're not going around telling everybody about your business, but this person could see, or they could tell that you were going through something. Or they may have learned about it through somebody else who knows you a lot closer, and they kind of think that this person can help you out. So I definitely see a beautiful beginning here, and one that was meant to be. But with Embrace and Kiss here, You became friends very quickly. And I feel like I feel like the universe kind of did this on purpose. It's like, these two need to get together as soon as possible. Whatever. Let's have them have a few drunken kisses, or maybe go to a party and dance. Like, let's get them together as soon as possible, because they could really just benefit from each other. And person A needs to get out of this funk. And I feel like this particular person was able to really get you out of a funk a lot more quickly than if you had just waited it out, or if you had just, done the healing yourself. Not saying that they were the solution to all your problems, so maybe that could be, but they definitely helped along with this. So I'm very curious now. Let's move on to the tarot, because I want to see what else is coming through. But the fact that I was shown a lot about the first meeting lets me know that this was a very fated connection. Yeah, it was divine intervention at play here. So if it felt very fated, that's probably why. But okay, so we're going to do the tarot person A and B style as well. We're going to get 2 cards for person A, 2 cards for person B, and then 4 cards for spirit and the messages that they want to come through about this particular connection. I mostly want to know whether this person is just a distraction or if there's something else. I really do feel they could lead somewhere else, but I feel like right now, pile 3, all I'm getting is about what's going on currently. And maybe this is what Spirit wants you to know, is that just take it as it goes. Don't worry about the outcome. I get that a lot. Okay, so for person A, we have the 4 of coins, 4 of pentacles, holding on to something physically. Yeah, you have just let something go and part of you is still holding on. But I feel like it's more physical. If, for example, if it's a relationship, you're not still holding feelings, but you are holding on to something physically of theirs. So whether you still live in the same household, or whether you still have some of their stuff in your house, or maybe you share children, something along those lines. Let's see. And 2 cards. We have the Hanged One and the 3 of coins. How am I taking these? Collaboration. The Hanged One here is funny because it's making me think of, it's usually a shift in perspective or surrendering. It's letting go. Okay, yeah. It's letting go of the notion that you have to carry all of this by yourself, especially next to the 3 of coins. The 3 of coins is collaboration. I feel like some of you are really used to working alone, especially with the 4 of coins. You work alone because you know you can get more done when you're alone, but you're in a space when you meet this person at the very least that you have to allow other people to come in to help you out, because you can't do it all yourself. All right, let's get some cards for person B. We have the Magi, the Magician, the Ultimate Manifester. Yeah, oddly enough, person B is able to help you out with everything. And I feel like they offer themselves willingly. Lots of Mercury energy coming through, so they could be a Gemini or a Virgo, but more Virgo, because Virgo is a sign of service. They like to be of service to people. They're also very skilled. They like to put their skills to use. They pride themselves in being very skilled, essentially. They like to be useful. These are very much people that like to be of service. I've known plenty of Virgos, and they're all very similar. Okay. And if not, then at the very least, they know they have what it takes to get a job done. And if you have a job that needs to be done, they'll get it done. Let's get another card for person B. The 2 of Cups. Ooh, yeah, this is them offering this, yeah, person B just is coming through, really liking this person, really liking you. I feel this is your person, pile 3. I really feel this is you and this skunky energy for whatever reason. And this is this person just coming through being like, I love everything about person 3, pile 3. Person A, pile 3. All right, messages from Spirit about this connection. And you're not looking for this when it happens, by the way. Okay. We have the Sovereign, the Queen of Cups, the 9 of Swords. 9 of Swords goes over here because you're in this anxious energy. But the Queen of Cups is beautiful, emotionally nurturing energy. Like I said, they just kind of soften you up a little bit. We also have the 4 of Cups, emotional holding on. So maybe you are emotionally holding on to the past somehow, pile 3. The Devil. Can I get a clarification for the Devil? Okay. I'm hearing 18 plus stuff, but regardless, let's get a clarification on what else this is. 10 of Swords. Oh, You see this person is up to no good. You find a little hard to believe that this person would just want to offer themselves up like that. Okay, Six of Swords, back of the deck energy, wanting to move on. I could see you running away from this person, pile 3. Maybe you already have and you kind of want to figure out what's going on here. Okay, so you're in an interesting energy. I'm having to sit a certain way because I got a lot to unpack here for you, pile 3. So you're coming out of something where you're still holding on both emotionally and physically to some other person, some other situation. I feel like for a lot of you, it could be a person, especially if you come from a breakup or a very particular kind of divorce. There's a feeling here that you just have a hard time letting go. And you really need to allow people to come through, because the Three of Coins, I typically don't read it as a third party situation, but I am seeing it as somebody else influencing this connection, for better or worse. I feel like it could be both. Like either your past person is trying to make you feel that this person is up to no good, they're a little too good to be true, because they're offering themselves so easily, or they could actually intervene and say something to this person. But I'm also seeing it as like your friends or other people that are really close to you asking this person to help you out. There is, or if you have no other people that are actually involved in this, it could be divine intervention, because we do have the Hangman here. The Hangman is surrendering and letting go. It's also a shift in perspective. Like people have to be involved here. Like more people are involved here than they should be. And it's quite annoying, honestly, but I feel like this is just something you're allowing right now because there's something going on. I feel like this is a situation where there's more than one person involved, especially if it's an ex that is hard to get rid of or that you have recently let go. But the energy you're in is that you have way too many cooks in the kitchen, essentially. Too many cooks in the kitchen spoil the soup, essentially. And I feel like it's spoiling your energy. You're allowing to be influenced by too many people and not really listening enough to yourself. Because like I said, you're divinely guided, but like if you're wanting to listen more to other people rather than your intuitive guidance, then I don't know what to tell you. Not everybody is as intuitively tuned in as you are. So here you are listening to other people and it's spoiling what's going on here. So with person B, like I said, they have the possibility to help you out with everything. I like the Magician, the Magi here. It's my favorite card. This is somebody who's able to really control everything around them. This is somebody who knows what to do. They're always up for something. Mercury energy again. And here, in this case, they want to be at your service. But somebody is making them out to be something they're not. Or you may have heard about some aspect of their past that may not be great, because the Two of Cups lets me know that they definitely want some kind of friendship at the very least with you. They have offered their friendship. They have offered their hand to help you out, but you're not trusting it. Like, look at all the swords around this particular card. So you're in an energy of anxiety. And the Queen of Cups lets me know that this person came in to soothe you, to help you feel better about this, to really bring you back up into your Queen of Cups energy, queen of being able to emotionally nurture yourself. This was meant to be soothing, but there are energies that are getting in the way of this. The Four of Cups lets me know that this is your past partner. This is past energy. I feel like they've been trying to intervene with anybody else that tries to get with you, even if it's just on an energetic level. I feel like I'm just seeing somebody who shows up at the wrong time, even though they don't want anything to do with you at any other time. When they know you're about to hang out with this person or be around this person, they happen to show up. And because this past person brings out something very ugly in you, whether it's an emotion or whether it's just like the way you have to speak to them sometimes, I feel like they're really making it a point to make you seem like you're not that great a person, unfortunately. So Spirit has brought basically a very lovely angel of a person. You might be rolling your eyes at that, but this person actually really wants to help you out. And they're kind of they're trying to protect you from this devil energy. I see the devil as whatever is trying to distract you from something good. The Ten of Swords lets me know that you are in an energy where you just feel like you've hit rock bottom, or that you can't even get out, because the Nine and the Ten of Swords, that's heavy energy right here. And it's almost like you feel trapped, or that you can't get out of this situation. The Six of Swords lets me know you are going to move on from this particular person, not because you want to, but because you know you still have some healing to do. And underneath that, the Hermit. Yeah, you're going to go back into an energy of being alone. Because even though you really appreciate what this person has to bring and all the love they have to share, you know you're not ready for it, and or you feel that you're just not deserving of it. So here's where you have to do a little bit more healing yourself, pile 3, or at the very least you're being called to set the boundaries. You have to better set the boundaries with your past people or with people who would want to intervene with what you got going on. I feel like once you know you're out of these waters, once you understand that this past person will no longer be in your life, you'll be able to better approach this particular magician character here. Because I feel like you also have a cup of love to offer them, or you would love to. In fact, notice that the magician here does have a cup. I mean, the magician card should always have all 4 elements, but the fact that it's mirroring this Queen of Cups energy lets me know that they bring out a softness within you. They bring out a laughter within you that you really haven't felt in a long time. But you kind of want to shade them away from the things that are keeping you in the dark. Like, you don't want to have to bring all this baggage to them because you understand and or you feel like it's not their problem. Honestly, pile 3, I feel like they're okay with you bringing some of that baggage. I feel like this person can more than hold their own, but out of respect, you feel like you have to walk away from this for the time being. Another way of reading the 6 of Swords here, though, they could take you away from this as well. Like, if you allowed them to, they could probably get some connections in order to get this person out of your hair, essentially. But again, there's a pride here coming from your particular energy, pile 3, that's not allowing this to happen. And Spirit is letting you know there's no shame in asking for help. There's no shame in asking for, and I feel like you don't even have to ask in accepting help. There's no shame in accepting help. Like, this person is offering it to you. And I can tell you've been very hurt, pile 3. I can tell one symptom of hyper independence or of trauma is not accepting help when you know you need it. Like, and I feel like your person really admires this about you. They admire how strong you are and that you can handle this yourself, but they don't mind helping you out as well. So, yeah, I feel like this energy, you are meant to meet this person to see a better option, to see a way out. But whether you will step through that door or not is up to you. Because honestly, some of you could be getting in your own way, or you're allowing past energies to influence this particular get together. And again, I'm not being shown too much about the actual relationship itself because there's something, either you're not even with this person yet, or you see the potential. And it's like you haven't even approached that potential because you feel you don't deserve it. But I promise you, there's great things coming here, especially once you accept that you want to move on. Because some of you, honestly, with 4 of Coins and 4 of Cups here, you haven't accepted that you want to move on. You haven't even, like, even if you've already broken up or even if you've already made the steps to get out of that situation, you haven't really let go. So look within your heart and see where you have not let go, because there's a feeling here that some of you are in denial about quite a bit about your situation. But take that only if it resonates, of course. There are other piles, like I said, and this person just wants to love you and help you out, but you have a pride, you have a block, you have something there preventing you from fully accepting this cup of love that this person has to offer. And quite honestly, it could be a past, if you haven't just broken up with somebody, it could be a past relationship that this particular person is triggering. Because maybe they have something in common with a past relationship, and you haven't really let that notion go. For example, if they are a particular kind of person and that particular kind of person had cheated on you in the past, you feel like this person will do the same. Or again, that too good to be true energy, I feel like you see that within this person. But Spirit is letting you know that the only thing keeping you from approaching this or even giving this a shot, because even if it doesn't work out, you have to understand that you'll be okay. They're not going to hurt you. You can't be hurt because Spirit is here to protect you. At the very, because you're going through all the worst case scenarios with this person, again, because you just feel that there's something off. But all this person wants to offer you is love. You don't have to marry this person. You don't even have to go on more than like 1 or 2 dates with this person, for goodness sakes. You really have to get out of your head when it comes to approaching certain people, because you never know what they have to offer you. And this is why I can't even read too much into this relationship. We haven't even gotten there yet, pile 3. But I know there's an interest here, and I know you're wondering about them. So Spirit is letting you know, just give it a shot. Let go of the past and give it a shot. It wouldn't hurt, you know. Do take the precautions necessary. I'm not saying, you know, to follow them blindly into an alley, by all means, like, but do give this person a shot because it seems like they have a very genuine offer to give you. Well, let's move on to some closing advice because I feel like I'm just going around in circles trying to show you what you probably don't want to hear, you know, and that's okay. Like I said, we do have 3 other piles for you and your person, particularly pile 1. That I feel like that was being mirrored the most. But let's go on to closing advice. I have a card from the I Am So Totally Into You deck. This would be your person and what they think of you. She is at once completely familiar to me, but at the same time, she is also a complete mystery to me in some ways. And there are times when we are lying in bed and I look over and sort of have a start. This is Barack Obama talking about his lady, Michelle. So I feel like this person really has some sort of respect for you. And I feel like maybe some of you aren't even used to being respected. You're not used to being taken seriously as a romantic option, because that's what I'm getting from this particular quote is somebody who takes you seriously, somebody who has the willingness to build you up as much as you build them up. And this person is definitely very smart as well. I don't know why that is coming through. But this person, as much as they like to joke sometimes, because I do feel like they have a very charming personality, they're very smart and they have a lot of wisdom to offer. Let's get a card from the Affirmators deck. For my pile 3, we have tone. I adopt a warm, kind, and loving tone, especially during tense interactions, knowing that hostile tones can escalate civil disagreements into total apocalyptic meltdowns. I do my best to play the bigger role and keep things calm and loving. My docile tone will remain steadfast, but no promises about the twitching eyeball. Something about having to remain composed around this person or around a certain situation. In fact, it's interesting because is this also a bald eagle or a... I feel like that kind of goes with this. Maybe you're just American and this is something that is coming through. Maybe you work in politics as well, but something about your tone is coming here. Maybe you don't want them to have to hear your specific tone of voice when it comes to a past situation, or maybe because you're a little paranoid about this person, you really have to keep your composure. I'm here to let you know you're allowed to act however you want and this person will understand. Let me go ahead and get a card from my handmade oracle. For my pile 3. You are not your past. The future promises you many great things. Oh, I love this card. I love that this came out. Because yes, you are not your past, pile 3. You are not the person you used to be. And even if you think you are, I feel like you can undo a lot of that either with this person or as you just keep going along. You will see an old part of yourself just like fizzle off. Like that person is no longer there. And I feel like some of you, again, you feel like you're not worthy enough for this person or that you're not on that same level. So you may run away, but this person just really likes your spirit. They really like what they see here. But you are not your past. Go forward into the future knowing you will eventually leave behind the things of your past that you didn't like, or that you will just evolve into a much more truer version of yourself, even if that truer version of yourself is very different from your past. We also have an angel number from my angel number book. I'm getting this one, I'm being told. 937, hold yourself. Your health is precious. The person you tend to ignore the most is yourself. Your angels want you to focus time on your health today. Make that appointment you've been putting off or start a health regimen you know you need. What can you do today to show yourself that you value your health? Another way to take this is like positive or even healthier habits that you could implement. It doesn't even have to be about your health. It could be like mental health. It could be the way you talk to yourself. It could be the way you see a situation. Like instead of always being in doom and gloom energy, always assuming the worst, you could try to assume the positive, which I know sounds silly, but why not assume the positive? I'm also seeing this as when you tend to ignore yourself and you're trying to ignore this person, I feel like there's an aspect of yourself that you see within this person. And whatever that is, you're ignoring within yourself as well. If that makes sense. Like in ignoring certain aspects of yourself, in ignoring certain aspects of this person, you're ignoring certain aspects of yourself. So look at this person and see what it is that you don't like about them, or what, if it's not that you don't like it, it's like maybe you think they're too calm or too quiet and you don't like that. But why is that? Do you not like the calm and quietness? And why is that? It's that kind of energy. That's just an example, but like the boring things about this person, you may not like them, or you may use those as excuses to not get with them. Ask yourself why. But this is where I leave you, my beautiful pile 3. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If any of this resonated, please let me know. And if you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 4. If you chose this gorgeous black moonstone, then we have your reading here for you about you and your person and what spirit has to say about this particular connection. So, a song stuck in my head for you. It's by the Eagles. It's an old song called One of These Nights. It's something about wanting to look for the proper person. Like somebody has like a dream. The guy in the song has a dream girl in mind who's a little bit of an angel and a devil at the same time, like the sweet and sour, the light and the dark. So, not sure who that song is for, but that is a song that is stuck in my head. Something about anticipation here as well. But let's go ahead and look at the cards you chose. You actually have 2, because the original card I chose is a little it's a little steamy. But let's start with the one: when you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you have shared with those you love. It's beautiful energy. But the card that you actually got, I need to censor it because I need a bigger one. My God, let's use this one. So, yeah, he's giving her a very, very steamy massage there. We have healing. Imagine yourself and your beloved surrounded by light. Feel your relationship being healed this very moment. Something very spiritual about this connection. I really love it. Let's look at the oracles you have. We're doing connecting energies and then person A and B style. You can choose whichever you want, though in the past few readings I've been able to determine which one is more likely to be you. So take it only if it resonates. I'm just going with what I feel. We have the first house of arrival. Ooh, what did I say about anticipation here? Do you know this person yet, pile 4? I don't know if you do or not. We also have, oh wait, sorry, this is for person B. Sorry about that. You know what? I'm going to keep it here because I accidentally took it, and I'm going to get another card for person B. Okay, we have the ever unfolding rose, cracked open. It's happening for you, not to you. Beautiful imagery, and flowers in both, pink flowers. I don't know what kind of flowers these are, but this is a rose. We also have betray, divergence, different values, change of heart, thought manipulation. Romeo's a dish clout to him, an eagle, madam, hath not so green, so quick, so fair an eye as Paris hath. Somebody doesn't like this connection. Yeah, somebody is being compared to an ex, because Paris is Juliet's ex. They used to be engaged? Yeah, so ex something. I don't know. Something about a third party or somebody being compared here. We also have reindeer medicine. Journey into the depths of your soul, an awakening of sights revealed. It is time for no time at all, for all is presently here. Interesting. Something about timing. I feel like you will find this person when you stop comparing everybody to an ex or to past experiences. That's a very particular way of seeing this. Some of you, you know what? This is spirit calling you out. Not gonna lie. Stop comparing everybody to an ex or to your past experiences, and this person will come through. Very interesting. Okay, let's go ahead and do person A and B cards. So for person A, we have the sea serpent. Lovely. For person B, we have the dolphin. Very cute and playful energy here. I'm going to reshuffle the Astro Cards codes. Astro Codes Star Codes Astro Oracle. I love this deck. I really do. I can't stand the name because I get so confused. But let's look at the astrology cards for person A and person B. So person A, we have 2 cards. We have Gemini and Juno. Juno partnership, Gemini cross-pollinate. Yeah, person A is the one looking for a counterpart here. But like, and not desperately, it's more like, I don't know, they might have had a tendency to be codependent in the past. And then for our dolphin person, notice that they are both water animals. Even though sea serpent here is being associated with spirit within this deck, I still consider it a water animal. Series, nurture. Oh, it's very cute. We also have the Audacity deck. I'm going to get a card for each one. Spirit has a lot to say. I can already tell that. And they're calling out somebody here, particularly person A. So I'm not going to tell you who you are in this case, pile 4, because, yeah. So person A has the moon. And there's a booty there, so I got to edit that. Lots of subconscious stuff going on with person A. Like, if you are person A, you're the one who's going through a lot of healing, a lot of self-reflection as well. But you may feel like you're going around in circles when it comes to relationships, especially if you date around a lot. And then person B, the 0 of Fs. Oh, I like this. I definitely have to block this out. Basically, it's a middle finger. It's a skeletal hand with middle finger, but also flowers. Lots of flowers here, but then again, these decks are known for their flowers. So this is very juicy, very interesting. Back of the deck. The last straw. Somebody here is tired of dating. And that's fair. This is person A. They're kind of, if you resonate with person A, I had to turn on the blinds because the light is all over the place. But if you resonate with person A, you are somebody who's kind of been like, you know what, I'm done with dating. I'm done with these people. I'm done with trying to get a partner. I'm just going to be alone for the rest of my life because why bother? Why bother with this whole idea and notion of dating? I'm not sure who you had in mind for this particular reading, pile 4. So regardless of who it is, I'm telling you, if you identify with this person, which you might, and that's okay. I'm not judging here. There's a sense here that either you care too much or you just don't care at all for partnerships. I am going to read from the book for the sea serpent, but this is my culture coming through. So in Mexican weddings, we have something called la víbora de la mar. So I'm sorry, my accent's all over the place. La víbora de la mar. And the sea serpent is essentially what it means. And I'm not sure if you've seen it. It's essentially London Bridge is falling down, but we call it la víbora de la mar, the sea serpent. And they do it a lot at weddings. I don't know why, but it's where the people are going hand in hand through like two people who are making a bridge, and then the sea serpent is catching them, essentially. So it's kind of like you're done with games. You're done playing games. You might just hate the idea of weddings and marriage in general, or like you go back and forth on whether you want one or not. And it's okay to have these feelings. It's okay to admit this. Like I myself go back and forth on weddings. Like I would love the idea of a wedding, but at the same time, it's a lot of money and like, why bother? But at the same time, it could be fun and it could bring families together. And at the same time, whatever, elopement sounds just as good. Like it doesn't matter. So if you have these conflicting ideas about love and marriage and partnerships, it's fine. But let me go ahead and read about that. I just had to share that particular detail that happens in Mexican weddings and Latin American weddings. I've only been to Mexican weddings, so I'm not sure which one, if it happens to you too. Let me know if you have something similar in your culture. So, sea serpent, healing emotional wounds, expressing desires. The sea serpent represents the energy of expression. Whether it's emotions, creativity, sensuality, or desire, the sea serpent helps us move and direct our energy into a healthy current. When the essence of this card is in balance, we express ourselves creatively and sexually without fear or shame. We know what we desire most. Our hearts are at ease and our relationships are meaningful and enduring. We loosen the grip of self-judgment and we let the cool waters of forgiveness in to heal our wounds. When the energy of the sea serpent is not yet activated, our emotions and creativity are left in the muddy waters. The current of expression stagnates in some areas of our lives, and in other places it floods. It's important to remember, no matter what the waters of our emotional lives look like, the sea serpent loves us just the same. Like a mother, she wraps herself around us in a gesture of protection and supports us as we learn to express our true natures. This is the second chakra. This is the sacral chakra. So, yeah, when in alignment, you know how to flow with life. You understand that, the dating game is just that, and there's nothing wrong with having fun with the dating game. But then there's the other side of this, which is like being tired of dating, being tired of the games, being tired of everything. If it's a game, you can either play or you could just opt out. You know, it's like, don't hate the player, hate the game. That's what I'm hearing. So take that only if it resonates. I can see if you're conflicted. If you don't like this energy, you might be person B. And if none of this is resonating, we do have 3 other piles, or this might just not be the reading for you. But regardless, person A is tired of the games. Like, they go back and forth on whether they want to have a partner. With Gemini and cross-pollinate, I'm literally thinking about children. So maybe they think about children as well and whether they want to have them or not. And if so, then they have to be in a relationship where they have to have like a good partner in order to be this way. And the moon here lets me know, I am reading it a little bit like in the tarot, where there's subconscious feelings here that have to be sorted out. There's some shadows that need to be brought to light. There's a feeling here that they're a little bit too deep into their emotions. So it's going back and forth on whether relationships are worth it or not. And there's nothing wrong with that feeling. There's nothing wrong feeling that way. I think a lot of us get into that. So I know I definitely have. So there's definitely a feeling here. A person A can take it or leave it when it comes to relationships, can take it or leave it when it comes to this particular person as well. But like I said, Spirit is calling you out, and I really do feel it's person A here. You have to let go of any past notions of any past relationships, because it's not fair to the people who are coming into your life. You have to let go that somebody, that's a helicopter coming through. I'm not sure if you can hear it. Take that as confirmation. Your spirit guides are coming down in a helicopter. SWAT team style. You could use a little bit more laughter in your life as well, pile 4. Regardless, you don't have to be a Gemini, by the way, but you could have Gemini placements or Gemini energy. But yeah, you have to let go of the notion that whoever is coming into your life is going to be just like the people in the past. I feel like that very mentality is preventing certain people from coming through as well. With the first house here, some of you could have something like Venus in the first house or Gemini in the first house. If so, that makes you either a Gemini rising or a Taurus rising, because you don't have to have that particular sign rising, but that sign can still be within the first house. I'm that way because I have Pisces rising, but I have all of Aries in my first house and part of Taurus as well. So there's a feeling here that some of you are preventing things from coming in because of your thought patterns, because of your mentality. So if you really want to allow this to come in, allow this to happen, you got to let go of the negative. You got to let go of the things that could go wrong, essentially. Journey into the depths of your soul, an awakening of sights revealed. It is time for no time at all, for all is presently here. Let go of timing as well. Let go of time. It doesn't matter how old you are, doesn't matter what's going on, doesn't matter at what age you thought you should already have this sorted out. You are an ever unfolding rose. Things will happen when they need to happen, as they need to happen. There's a feeling here, again, of anticipation. I feel like this is my pile of wondering when somebody is going to come through, if anybody. Again, I don't know if you have somebody in mind, because there's a lot of anticipation here. So you could see person B as either the next person that is going to come through, or the kind of person that you should have in your life that would benefit, whose energy you would benefit from, essentially. But I'm also seeing it as, if there is somebody, this is who it would be. Like maybe somebody you're not noticing, especially with the 0 of F's here, because I feel like this energy is reflected in person A. Like they both just don't care. The 0 of F's though, I feel like it's more like they don't really care what society has to tell them about relationships. They're going to be with whomever they want to be, regardless. And I feel like at one point they just decided to have fun with it. You could see this as like 2 aspects of yourself that need to come together, pile 4. If not, if this is a person, this person is very playful. They're very much in their emotions, and they understand that laughter is the best medicine. They also take life very, I don't want to say nonchalantly, but like they allow the universe to take care of them, because I'm seeing somebody who is okay with whatever it is that life has to throw at them. With Ceres, I am seeing a very grounded person, somebody who is able to be very patient. Because when I think of nurture, when I think of Ceres, I am going to read from the book for this, but I'm seeing somebody who knows how to wait out certain things. They know that something amazing will take time. It will take nurturing. It will take fertilization, airing out the soil, sunlight, rain, water, you know. This person is going to have all the patience in the world for you, essentially. But from the book, we have Ceres, nurture. Ceres is a dwarf planet between Mars and Jupiter, named after Ceres, Roman goddess of the harvest, food, earthly fertility, and mother of Proserpina, goddess of the spring. This would be Demeter and Persephone, by the way. It's just the Roman names. When Pluto kidnapped Proserpina and took her to the underworld to be his queen, Ceres threatened to starve the world until she was returned. Ceres signifies our relationship to food, for better or worse, cultivation, and the safety or loss of a child. Ceres' ancient rites initiated people into the secrets of death and rebirth. Through the symbolic harvest, cut the heads off grain with a scythe, bury them, and new life arises. Ooh, I love that I read that. Because I didn't realize Ceres was Demeter. If so, this person will know exactly what it takes to nurture you. This person will make it a point to really show you that they are worth it. Because I'm thinking of how Hades and Persephone really, they got along. And they made it work, even though it was tricky because she had to be both spring and the goddess of the underworld. So whoever this person is will understand that you need to take your time. They will understand that you may or may not need a relationship, and they're okay with it. This dolphin energy lets me know that they're very playful. They're very go with the flow. They understand, but they also are not going to allow it to discourage them from pursuing you. Because this person, like I said, the 0 F's here. Oh, I should probably block that out. The 0 F's here. I can't even show this whole card. I love it. Okay. It's not that they don't care about you. It's that they don't care what society has in store for them. It's like, we can get married or we don't have to get married. Like, it's up to you. Where do we feel we are? There's a healing energy in their nonchalance. There's a carrying energy here. They give me very strong Sagittarius vibes, or like very strong Jupiter vibes. Don't take their free energy to mean that they don't care about you, or that they don't care about the consequences or what's going on. Take it to mean that this person is very much, they understand that it can be difficult. There's somebody who, because you're such an overthinker, pile 4, I really feel that you are. This person knows how to empty out their mind. Not saying that they won't be thinking either, but it's like, do we really have to worry about that right now when we could just, enjoy what we have as it is? I really like that. I feel like they're very simple. Not simple-minded, but just, they find the joy in a lot of, in the small things, and I kind of like this. They're very easygoing, very free-spirited, but at the same time, they nurture through this energy. It's giving, like, moon in Aquarius or moon in Sagittarius. And I've been with a lot of moon in Aquarius people. They're probably some of my favorite people. And the reason why is because they have emotions, but they're very laissez-faire, very, very easygoing. If you're somebody who likes to overthink, get yourself a moon in Aquarius person. They know how to just take care of everything and allow you to either sit with your problems or help you out with them. Like, I really love it. This person is just very, very easygoing. And I feel like you would think that you wouldn't want somebody like this because pile 4, you come off as a little bit more high maintenance. But believe it or not, this is something that you've been needing for your healing. Imagine yourself and your beloved surrounded by light. Feel your relationship being healed this very moment. I'm also being called to note that there are deer here, specifically with antlers. There's a lot of, I associate the antlers with masculine energy. So I feel like you yourself could be operating in too much of your masculine energy, pile 4, or this person may not operate in masculine energy as much. Like, they'll allow you to do it, but they'll take on the more feminine role, regardless of what your genders are here. So the answer to your problem, if that's what you have, if you feel that's what you have, is somebody who's a lot more willing to, one, be patient with you, take the time that you need to really allow you to open up to this relationship, and to just be more playful. Like, they don't care, but because they don't care, life is easier for them, if that makes any sense. I am going to read from the Audacity Deck for the moon, because I know it's not exactly like the moon in tarot with the subconscious feelings here. In this deck, the moon, bare, humble, and open, a woman surrenders herself to the moon. She is one with her cycles, and her many facets. Your message: you glow differently when you are powered by your own gravity. How have you been judging yourself? How can you be gentler on yourself? While each visible phase of the moon wanes and waxes, just like your own personal cycles, you are whole and enough in and of yourself. This is only temporary. This will pass. Yeah, you need to be easier on yourself, pile 4. You really do. You really have to understand that there is love all around you. There is love within you, and there is love all around you. But I can tell that this little seed of betrayal, it's like a shard cut off from a glass that is still stuck in your heart. Know that it will come undone. Know that it will eventually fall off. This person could help you with it as well, because they do have a scythe here. So, just go in there and pick it up. But regardless, with the first house here, I feel like this relationship is going to be very much in the spotlight. Or people will start noticing that you've changed because of this person for the better, and vice versa. This person could start to care a little bit more. They could start, tightening all their screws and lacing up their shoes. I don't know why that rhymed. They could start being a little bit more serious, but in a good way, like in a way that people really wanted them to find direction. I am going to read from the last straw as well. I'm not sure why. I just like this. Not because of Starbucks or anything, but because there's a feeling here that you or this person, I feel mostly you, pile 4, we're kind of done with relationships. And then here comes this person with their carefree attitude, and how dare they? All right, the last straw. When it's the last straw, quite literally, the straw that broke the camel's back, drawing the short straw. Your message: it's time to face the music. When you pull this card, you are ready for the truth, ready to roll up your sleeves and dig in, ready to face your own personal Monday. Yeah, you're facing your truth here, pile 4. And I feel like you may have not wanted to hear what I had to say, and that's okay. A lot of this reading has had to be like truths that are coming through from spirit, not just about these particular relationships, but also about the people in these relationships and what's going on within them. So if you're still with me, if you still want to go through with this, let's go ahead and go on to the tarot. Maybe your person said something along this to you as well. Like they were giving you a lot of time for you to make up your mind. And they were like, hey, if you're still available, do you want to go do this? Or like, you still feel like, yeah, this person is going to give you all the patience in the world. And I like that. I love that. I feel like this person, because they just really like you and they like this aspect about you, they're gonna give you all the time in the world, and that's beautiful. Because let's face it, pile 4, we could all do with some patience. An overabundance of patience. By the way, they also like your butt. Anytime I see a butt pop out in these cards, I just assume that it's gonna mean, I take it to mean that this person likes your butt. But anyway, let's move on to the tarot. So I'm using the what are you called? The Journeyer Tarot? Oh, I forgot. I'll put the name in the Weaver Tarot. Okay, the Weaver Tarot Journeyer edition. All right, so for my pile 4, we're going to do this A and B style as well. There's going to be person A, person B. The 4 cards in the middle are going to be source and what they got to say about this relationship, this connection, what's going on. Let's start with person A. We're going to get 2 cards for them, or more should they pop out. We have the Queen of Cups. I love it. This is that moon energy. You could have a lot of water in your chart as well. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. More Cancer and or Pisces though. We also have 8 of Coins, reaping the rewards of your labor, and Temperance, balancing out, directing energy where it needs to be directed, and that's a sort of balancing out. That is a method of balancing things out. You've been focusing a lot on the physical aspects of your life, pile 4. Whether that's money, whether that's health, it could even be the getting that is good. So I feel like some of you have been focusing a little bit too much on that particular energy. Person B. So let's get 2 cards for this particular dolphin person. We have a 3 of Wands. Yeah, planning, looking ahead, looking to the future. This person lives in the future quite a bit. They're always thinking ahead. and the Hierophant. You're meant to learn from them. They could be a little bit older than you. They could be more experienced than you. But regardless, you are meant to learn from them. And then for messages from Spirit, we're going to get 4 cards. Or more, should they want to pop out. We have this is the Page of Swords. New ideas, a fresh new beginning. 10 of Swords, rock bottom. Anxieties as well. Feeling like you can't get out of something. The Lovers. Oh, I like this. I like this a lot. This person is meant to get you out of your rut, pile 4. Why am I hearing how Stella got her groove back? I've never seen that movie. But maybe some of you are feeling like that. Like maybe you're taking a chance on somebody way different than you usually go for. And 6 of Swords. Yeah. Moving on from an energy that didn't benefit you to get something more carefree here. Back of the deck energy. Ace of Cups. Yes, new love. You're not really expecting this kind of person to be the person that you get into a relationship with. That's for sure. And this could be that they're not your type, or maybe they're just somebody very different from what you're used to dating. And it could also just be your... Sorry, I'm trying to sit down. Crisscross applesauce style. It could be that they're just so different from you. Both in the way you think, in the way you approach life, but it somehow works because I don't know what it is this person does to you, pile 4, and maybe you don't either, but they're able to get you out of your overthinking energy. They're able to get you out of this pessimistic view on love, on this, they defy a lot of what you assume a person would have within them when it comes to being able to give in a relationship. And I feel like you end up falling for this, whether because it's just so new or so different from what you're used to. There's a feeling here that, yeah, this person is just meant to, doesn't matter how long it's supposed to last. This person was meant to really heal some aspect of love within you. I am getting a little bit of an age gap because the dolphin makes me think of very youthful energy. Not saying that you're not youthful either, pile 4, but it was giving me like, I did say Stella got her groove back, right? And that's the one where she's with a much younger guy. I can't remember. If you have seen that movie, let me know. I've just seen like snippets of it and have heard about it. But regardless, there's a feeling here that this person, if not an actual age gap, it could be a very youthful way of looking at relationships. A much more carefree way of looking at relationships. And it's something that you've needed, pile 4. If we were to take you as this energy, you're the Queen of Cups. You have a lot of love to give. You're very emotionally nurturing. But you're also very tied to the physical, very tied to the things that are your responsibilities, essentially. And maybe it's for good reason. Maybe you have children yourself. Maybe you have a very demanding career, whatever the case may be. But with the Temperance here, it's letting you know that you have to direct your energies where they need to be directed. And right now, it's into this Cups energy, into the emotional part of you, into that part of you that wants to be nurtured and wants to be held and taken care of, especially if you yourself are somebody who typically only takes care of yourself, because I do feel a lot of very independent energy coming from you, pile 4. Allow yourself to be nurtured and taken care of. That's the biggest thing coming through. With your person though, 3 of Wands and the Hierophant, or Hierophant. I hear it be pronounced Hierophant a lot. I don't know why I pronounced it Hierophant, but regardless. This person really plans things out for you. I feel like they take the lead in this relationship. And again, I feel like you didn't really see it coming because you somehow think they are, I don't want to say beneath you, but you think they're either not as smart, not as driven as you. Let's put it that way. You feel like they're not as driven, and yet they are. They use that nonchalance to kind of distract from the fact that they actually do care a little bit more than they let on, but like they don't let it drag them down the way it may drag you down from time to time. This person, they know what they're doing. Allow them to do their thing. And if they don't always know what they're doing in every other aspect, at least when it comes to you, they're like, oh, I see my person, my pile 4 there. They're overthinking and they think that this is going to be awful. Let me go show them a good time. Like, they understand that at the very least, making you smile and allowing you to have fun is going to do a lot better for you than sitting around thinking that love is the worst thing ever, you know? Or at the very least, that kind of notion that relationships aren't worth it. This person comes along at the right time for you, because you're in this Ten of Swords energy, feeling like you can't move on, or feeling that you can't like you're trapped somehow. Because the Seeker of Swords, Page of Swords is new energy, and I really feel like your person embodies this. They could just bring you new ideas, allow you to see the world in a very different way. And I feel like this really just helps you re-nurture your idea of love. I'm sorry if you can hear that. That car is very loud. My neighborhood is full of loud cars. For the life of me, I don't know why. But with the Six of Swords, it's a very interesting card because I'm reading it two different ways. One, you might want to run away from this relationship. You might want to not have to do anything with this person because some aspect of you is saying, this might not be a good idea. I feel like I can't really envision a future with them. But the thing is, you don't have to. You could just date for fun. You could just have your fun with this person and then figure out whether things can go further on from there. You don't have to make up your mind right away. And two, you're leaving behind an old idea that you had about love in general, about love and relationships, marriage, whatever the situation is. You're leaving behind a very old idea and embracing a much more positive and or softer notion of it, where you don't really have to make everything so, things don't have to be so intense, essentially, because you've been holding on to a very specific idea of how relationships are supposed to go or supposed to be, or of how people in relationships are supposed to be. And Spirit is here to tell you not everybody is going to be everything you want all the time. Sometimes you just get people in your life that you're meant to have fun with, and sometimes you get people that you're meant to do stuff with. But this particular person, they're not even revealing what's going to go on with them, and I'm not here to tell you that either, Pile 4. I'm here to tell you, take them for what they are right now. This cup of love that they are offering, go ahead and take it for now and then figure it out later. Underneath that, Seeker of Coins. This has the potential to be something very impactful on you. I'm not going to say long lasting because I'm hearing impactful, because the Page of Pentacles is somebody who can start something that can last a lifetime, but it doesn't necessarily even have to be the relationship. It could be the views that this relationship instills within you. What's underneath that? The Hanged One, shift in perspective. Yeah, this relationship is definitely going to shift your perspective and carry you forward into life. So yeah, you were meant to meet this person for a lot of great things, and one of them is to have fun. The other is to let go of the notion that you have to be a very particular way within relationships, or that people have to be a particular way. Doesn't matter what your timing is, doesn't matter what your end goal, end game is with this person. Live in the now, be in the moment. That's the biggest thing that is coming through. The Lovers is coming through to let you know, yes, this is a divinely guided connection. Yes, there is love here. And yes, it's actually more functional, even if it doesn't always seem that way to other people or even to you, Pile 4. So don't worry about where it's going. Worry about how you feel in this very moment, and worry more about what is keeping you from complete joy and complete love of both yourself and other people. And yeah, these messages are very straightforward, and maybe you don't want to hear it. Maybe you have to hear it again. Maybe there's another pile for you, but I feel like this is all positive energy, and whatever I'm feeling from this person, it's all good. It's all good. You are meant to learn from each other, but you also balance each other out, believe it or not. Especially with Temperance here, I feel like you balance each other out. The Lovers itself, a lot of strong Gemini energy, because the astrological sign that resonates with the Lovers card in the tarot is Gemini. So there's definitely a combination of two things coming together to be one beautiful entity. So do accept it as it is. Take it as the day goes. Don't worry too much about the future. We're not going to see too much into that because you're not meant to, at least for the time being. Spirit does do that a lot, where they just don't want you to see a lot of stuff. And it's not the tarot readers being lazy either. I promise you, because I hear this a lot from other tarot readers, and I myself get this sometimes when I'm trying to tap into certain energies. It's like, I'm not being shown a lot because you're not meant to know that much. You're supposed to take it one day at a time with this person. Focus on you. Focus on how you're feeling. And allow this person to show themselves, because they will. I feel like they will. They probably already have, and they will. So let's move on to some closing advice for you, Pile 4. But beautiful energy, very carefree. I feel like this person is going to just liven you up, like loosen you up, not liven you, maybe both. But for closing messages, we're going to get an affirmator card. You and your person will have the most impactful conversations and or moments when you're doing stuff in between big events. It's not going to be at the center of attention. It's not even going to be like at big key events. It might be like on the drive there, conversations in between big things. It could be in a waiting room. I'm seeing a waiting room and like really important things happening there, if that makes any sense. It's kind of weird. It's giving 12th house energy, even though the first house was coming out in the oracles. But for my pile 4, we have unicorn voice. My voice is unique to me. The things I make and say and do are totally wonderfully only one under the sunderfully me. Even the way I draw a single dot is unique to me. Even the way I whistle a song to make a sandwich, or make a sandwich, or sign a birthday card for my ex. See? Because isn't that just so me? So imagine how fantastically fun it will be to see this me be me when unleashing something creatively. Want to see? There is something about either you yourself or this relationship in general that is going to be very unconventional. And I was getting that because I was getting very strong Aquarius and or Uranus vibes in the oracles and from your person. You could be the kind of people who keep your exes around and like become friends with them, if that makes sense, especially if there are children involved. So I see that happening. I could also see the both of you just, like I said, there's some sort of unconvention. You might become really good friends with like their baby mama, or vice versa. They might become good friends with your baby parent, baby mama or baby daddy, because you understand that that's a thing. Like if children are involved, you need to make sure that the children have an environment where they can thrive. I'm getting that kind of energy from here. Take that only if it resonates. I'm also going to get a card from the I Am So Totally Into You deck. I feel like this card had to come out first though, because there's something unconventional and unique about this particular connection. So, for my pile 4, let's turn loose our golden falcons so that the sky can meet in the sky. So that they can meet in the sky where our spirits belong, necking like 2 hot kids. Hafiz, why just ask the donkey? It's interesting. I do have an oracle based on the wisdom of Hafiz here. But I'm going to read this again. Let's turn loose our golden falcons so that they can meet in the sky where our spirits belong, necking like 2 hot kids. There's something very spiritually guided about this connection. And you're very, it's just divinely guided. I'm also going to get a card from my handmade oracle. This is handmade paper, so it's a little difficult to shuffle. All right, I'm hearing 2. Let's get this one. If it wants to come out, my God. Okay, this one. The mountains are calling. So maybe the both of you like to go to the mountains, or maybe you live in the mountains. It's also making me think of Capricorn because of the goats. But something about the mountains are very important. I feel like you two might travel a lot, and maybe this is one of the places you like to go. Or like I said, you could just live in the mountains. We also have, you are love in all that you do. Grow. Yeah, I love this. You are going to grow, pile 4, from this connection. Both you and your person. How you are going to shift them, though, is not going to be as apparent, because I feel like they don't always show their entire selves. Not because they're hiding anything, but because they're just, emotional expression isn't something that's like their biggest thing. Like it's there, but it's not like a big deal to them. They're very, very laid back. But yeah, something about the mountains is important here. But this is where I leave you, my beautiful pile 4. Thank you so much for letting me read for you and your person. I am sending the both of you so much love. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next reading. Take care.